Thanks very much, Joe Fowler and Bobby the Brain Hand. Here comes Shock, one half of the WWF Tag Team Champions, along with his erstwhile manager, my radio colleague, Johnny Polo. Leech is a good word and very descriptive and accurate for young Master Polo.
Fountain of misinformation, too, Jim.
This capacity crowd not extremely pleased to see this pair. And I think Bobby the Brain Heenan makes an excellent point, ladies and gentlemen. It seems as if the foreign fanatics have a plan, and that plan very simply is to eliminate the All-Americans before the Survivor Series, the WWF Survivor Series. What an event it will be as we get the introduction of the dog-faced gremlin, Rick Steiner.
What does that tell you, Jim Ross? Does that tell you that as a team they lack confidence?
Well, it could certainly be perceived that way. They should be concerned with a trio now of the American original Lex Luger and Rick and Scott Steiner. The big question is, who will be the fourth partner of the All-Americans? We expect to find that out next weekend here on the WWF Network.
Well, President Jack Tunney, in his infinite wisdom, has allowed them to select another partner. But I understand there's some stipulations involved there as well.
Well, a slap to the face by Shock, and that's not a very intelligent way to get this one started. You don't want to incite Rick Steiner.
He doesn't need it.
He is a very competitive athlete, and Steiner scooping up Shock.
Oh, look at that.
Military pressing. Shock over his head and comes down with a hard slam. There is no love lost between these two. As we all know, the Quebecers won the WWF Tag Team Championship back on Monday Night Raw from the Manhattan Center several weeks ago via disqualification. The match competed under Quebec province rules.
They stole the title.
Well, that's a good way to compress the vertebrae.
Look out.
Here comes a suplex as Rick Steiner takes Shock up and over in the belly-to-belly suplex.
I don't think he's thinking right now about slapping him in the face anymore.
Rick Steiner is a real wrestling machine, and he's getting a little payback here.
A little paintbrush time, a Rembrandt job being done here.
And Johnny Polo trying to distract Rick Steiner.
He did.
And he did just long enough for Jacques to club Steiner from behind.
I can't stand that, Johnny Polo.
Uh-oh. Jacques tried to leapfrog the dog face and caught Jacques in midair. And Rick Steiner dropping the elbow hard to the sternum, lateral press, and referee Joe Morella got a 2 count, and another 2 count.
And he hooked the leg, he might have got a 3 count.
But there's Pierre. Well, it didn't take long for the Quebecers to be together in mass here.
He has no business whatsoever out there.
And again, Rick Steiner, his attention diverted, and knee in the spine by Jacques. And look at Polo! Polo with that putter that right in the throat of Rick Steiner. Rick Steiner, well, here comes Scott Steiner. And look at Polo scurry to the other side. Then we got action all over the ring. The Quebecers may be leaving the scene of the crime, so to speak.
Boy, he got out of there in a hurry with his tail between his legs.
The commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. Jacques with the abdominal stretch, locked in on Rick Steiner in this one-on-one contest.
Not going to get a submission here. That word is not in the vocabulary of the Gremlin.
Counters with a hip lock, using a lot of power to free himself from that predicament. As Jacques of the Quebecers, one half of the WWF Tag Team Champions. It's reversed, though, however. And Jacques catches Steiner coming in. Kicked him right in the face and catches him now with a clothesline. This could be all. A lateral press, leg hooks, but a 2 count.
Couple of good shots right in the kisser there. Stunned the big guy.
Reverse chinlock applied now. Remember this team, Yokozuna, Ludwig Borga, and the Quebecers at full strength. The same cannot be said of the All-Americans. They're a man short right now, and what a counter. That's really using your head, Gorilla.
Boy, he'll need some orthodontist work there. Check it out, a couple of loose ones for sure. That'll give you a negative attitude.
Jacques pulls himself back up by the ropes. Another stiff kick to the midsection. Steiner retaliates with the right hand.
Too many guys around the outside of the ring here. We're looking at trouble.
A real powder keg situation here. Scott Steiner at ringside. Johnny Polo's at ringside. And of course, Pierre at ringside as well. And Steiner
Woods on City.
right across the top ring rope. A lateral press and a pinning predicament that resulted in another 2 count on Rick Steiner.
Referee was right there. Was wasting valuable moments here.
Steiner trying to block it, and I think he can. Jock trying to get Steiner up, but he cannot do it. And Rick has Jock up. That's that great power from Rick Steiner. Slings him back down. Steiner is hurting. This has been a grueling contest, especially the action that we saw during the commercial break, ladies and gentlemen.
He might have sustained a slight concussion. He really doesn't know where he is right now.
Side headlock, but not for long. Hard tackle, and both men
Head to head.
colliding here, and the referee now will exercise his 10 count. This is a real touchy situation. Started out one-on-one, but as you can see, both team members are here as well.
Where's he going?
That's Shock maybe a little bit out of it, and that's not a very comfortable place to land.
He'll be sitting a lot higher in the shower.
Pierre trying to exhort his partner on as Rick Steiner seems to be gaining some momentum here.
He's got the cobwebs cleared. Holy mackerel.
High back body rock, tremendous elevation. And I'm sure that the rehabilitating Tatanka is enjoying watching this one at home. He will not be in the Survivor Series. And look at those Steiner lines.
Got his clock clean.
Scoop slam by the former heavyweight at the University of Michigan. And Dogface taking a chance. He's climbing the ladder. Look at this great balance. And the Bulldog.
Got him.
That should have it right there. Lateral press. And it's over.
Holy mackerel, did he do it memorize?
Rick Steiner with the Bulldog right off the top. And Rick Steiner has defeated Shock in this one-on-one contest. Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby the Brain Heenan and Joe Fowler are standing by. Ladies and gentlemen, the action will be unbelievable at the Survivor Series. The WWF Survivor Series, Yokozuna, the captain of his team, as Mr. Perfect, former 2-time Intercontinental Champion, makes his way to the ring. One of the greats of the game.
Boy, certainly good. 2-time holder of the Intercontinental Championship. Almost three-peated, but close but no cigars.
Thanks to Diesel, that did not happen, and the veteran Iron Mike Sharp.
You know, Yokozuna, Jim Ross, may be the team captain, but he's not doing the thinking for that team.
Well, they've got a real brain trust, don't they?
Boy, they certainly do.
James E. Cornette, Mr. Fuji, Johnny Polo, as we...
I think there's only one brain there. And it's James E.
Well, they may debate you on that point, but I think you make a very valid statement there. 2 second-generation athletes squaring off here. Iron Mike Sharp counters waist locks, but back into the advantage goes Mr. Perfect.
Nice crotch switch.
Perfect, a tremendous all-round athlete in high school, and still to this day is a very proficient golfer. Can hit a baseball with the best of them. Throw a football. He's a great athlete to this day.
Not too many people come down to Pike who can just do anything they want to do and do it extremely well. Well, Perfect fits into that mold.
Perfect, as we mentioned, close to winning the Intercontinental Championship back at SummerSlam, but thanks to Diesel, that did not transpire. Good quickness there by Perfect. Great move here. And the cradle and a near fall. Great move by Mr. Perfect. And Perfect elevates the raging bull, Iron Mike Sharp, who's bellowing like a bull.
Here's where Iron Mike is at his worst. Once he loses control, he's in the land of no return. He is not effective when he loses it.
Iron Mike's uncle and father, Gorilla, correct me if I'm wrong, were both outstanding competitors.
Oh, they were.
Great tag team.
Champions.
Many years back. Almost back outside goes the veteran Iron Mike Sharp. Mr. Perfect, knife edge chop there. Has been in control of this one. Sharp reverses the whip to the far side.
Put his head down.
And way too early. Sharp makes the mistake that Perfect capitalizes on. It's a perfect plex and a victory.
Get him in. Holy mackerel.
Great performance. Great outing here by that man. Look at the destruction on its way to the ring. Welcome back, everyone. Jim Ross and Gorilla Monsoon back with you here. Adam Bomb from 3 Mile Island, along with his manager, Harvey Whippleman, stepping up to the ring here. This is a big, impressive athlete, Gorilla.
Boy, this guy's a handful. This guy's going to maim some people here in the World Wrestling Federation, terminate a lot of careers.
Adam Bomb, who will be competing at the WWF Survivor Series, taking on Virgil here. And, of course, Adam Bomb's teammates include Captain IRS, the model Rick Martel, and Diesel. And little Visine might help those eyes.
Stay away from the microwave.
There is the little rat Harvey Whippleman, who shops at the Sears Boy Shop, by the way. Nice suit, Harv.
What a piece of garbage.
I didn't know that the polyester came in so many colors, but be that as it may, Virgil, one of the perennial veterans here in the World Wrestling Federation, will try to use his experience and, more specifically, his speed and quickness to offset the power of this big man, Adam Bomb.
Let's be realistic, Jim Ross. I don't think Virgil brings enough to the table to stop this guy.
Well, Gorilla, I think that he's certainly the underdog in this contest, but perhaps if he can use that quickness and maybe if he can get Adam Bomb off his feet and neutralize that strength enough, maybe he's got a fighting chance here, and of course time will tell. Still to come, ladies and gentlemen, crush in this hour as Virgil tries to get the pace quickened here. Well, a lot of stranger things have happened here in the WWF. The 1-2-3 kick certainly comes to mind. And Virgil out-quicking Adam Bomb here. Cross body, Bomb tried to catch him and found himself in a pinning predicament.
Well, Virgil's using that speed. Nice underhook there on that arm drag. If you don't get deep on that, this guy's going to fall right on top of you.
And Harvey brings this big Adam Bomb outside for a little conference. As we mentioned, still to come in the hour, you'll see Crush, a man that certainly seems to have a date with destiny this Monday on Raw. And Virgil here on the outside and getting into a brawling type situation with Adam Bomb. I don't know how prudent that particular strategy will be.
I don't think you can win with that kind of a game plan. You're not going to go out there and match power with this guy.
And Virgil certainly does not need to be concerned.
You catch him, you can beat him, Virg.
With Harvey Whippleman. We have a marathon here. Virgil getting back in the ring where he needs to be. And Virgil up and over. Good move, but it was blocked. That move was blocked, in essence, by Adam Bomb and that tremendous upper body strength that he possesses. Virgil tried to take a big chance there that I don't think really paid off for him.
Armringer's not going to get it done for you, Virg. You got to be moving. You got to take this guy's pins out from underneath him.
Hammerlock applied, and Adam Bomb, you can almost see that one coming, ladies and gentlemen, looking over his shoulder, finding Virgil's head exposed, and he nailed him with the elbow.
Caught him right where the ramus of the mandible articulates with the mandibular fossa of the temporal bone, and that smarts.
That's what I was going to say, but I'm glad that you
sorry I stole your line, Jim.
Clarified that situation.
Oh, Virg is in trouble.
And as you see here, the momentum has switched, the pace has slowed, and that certainly gives the advantage to the big strong man from 3 Mile Island, Adam Bomb.
He is methodical right now.
Backbreaker, high impact move. Adam Bomb is certainly a young man with marvelous potential, and we'll see if Harvey Whippleman can take Adam Bomb as the old cliche goes, to the next level.
It'll be the first time he took anybody anywhere.
Other than for a few rides. Oh, look at that drop kick. That's a great standing drop kick, especially when you think, ladies and gentlemen, this man is about 6 feet 7 inches tall and close to 300 pounds. He has phenomenal athletic gifts and a mean streak.
And Burge is feeling it right now.
Virgil had a pretty sound game plan in the early going, but his high-flying tactics have been grounded. He's been fogged in here.
That first kick was a little bit low there. Open your eyes, referee.
Hip block out of the corner. Look at Adam Bomb measuring.
He's just waiting.
And explodes on him with that clothesline.
Burge is getting hammered here right now.
Adam Bomb, who will be competing at his first WWF Survivor Series, emanating from the Boston Garden. What an event it will be in the hallowed halls from Beantown.
A lot of history hanging off the ceiling.
Well, Virgil tried a high-impact maneuver there himself, but he can't take Adam Bomb down. Look at the power of this man. And Virgil with a drop kick right off the ropes, and he's got him here, a little low on the cover. Could not negotiate the pin there.
Not enough body weight or strength to hold a big guy down. Got to have him in a more compromising position, Verge. Oh, look at that reversal.
Reversed.
Look out.
Oh, he just like falling into a tree or a wall or something. He bounced off the chest of Adam Bomb, did Virgil, and that may be the end.
The beginning of the end.
Virgil, the young man from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, he will go up.
Ooh.
And indeed, the Adam Smasher
Smashed him.
Takes Virgil to ground zero.
Over.
JEFF, JARRET. We're here at Tootsie's world-famous Orchid Lounge. You know, we got the pictures up here of Hank Sr. and Patsy Cline and Boxcar Willie. I've been telling you about the corrupt politics in country music, hadn't I? And Boxcar Willie's a fine example. What is he, a bum, a wino, a never was? Huh, like another guy they're trying to bring along. He ain't nothing, some Italian boy. Billy Ray Cyrus, got them buggy whip arms, jumping around like he's sweating to the oldies with Richard Simmons, makes me sick to my stomach. He can't sing, he can't dance. Double J can here. Got the best voice in Music City today. Can dance better than anybody in Music City today. Oh, that Billy Ray, I'd like to slap the taste right out of his mouth. Some other Italian guy I'd like to smack, that's that Razor Ramon. And I'm gonna do it when I get face to face with him. And that Men on a Mission, yeah, I'm gonna send them on a mission back to the homeless joint where they belong. And 1, 2, 3, kid, all you're gonna be hearing is 1, 2, 3 when I pin your shoulders to the mat. And then when it's all said and done, and I've proven my point that I am the world's greatest wrestler. No, I'm not gonna come to Tootsie's. No, from coast to coast. You know what they're gonna be wanting? Every record store, they're gonna be wanting the album, the debut album. Of Double J. That's JEFF, JARRET. Double J. Jeff Jarrett.
Well, accompanied to the ring by Mr. Fuji.
There you see him, ladies and gentlemen.
Hawaii, weighing
315 pounds. And without a doubt, one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful competitors.
And now sadistic.
Here in the WWF, now under the leadership of Master Fuji. Look at this agility. This is another gifted athlete. Rush taking on Tony Webb here. And I think Bobby the Brain Heenan and Joe Fowler are right on target. The live edition of Monday Night Raw, it could certainly be volatile, could certainly be explosive. Randy Savage will be back, and this man Crush will be there as well. Tony Webb trying to get Crush off his feet here.
Not gonna work. Well, he fell right on top of him.
Crush lost his balance. They're taken down by Tony Webb, and Webb's gonna pay for it. Headbutt there.
Dearly.
By the huge Hawaiian from Kona.
You know, I have a lot of respect for the Macho Man Randy Savage, I always have, but he seemed to be a little naive on his first altercation here with Crush. What did he expect when he saw Mr. Fuji standing out there?
Well, I think that we're going to see a different Randy Savage.
I hope so.
Come Monday Night Raw. Tony Webb with a sleeper trying to slow down Crush here, and that's not going to work either. Quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what Tony Webb can do at this particular time in his career that can slow down this huge man.
Go directly to the locker room and turn on the shower. That's what you can do.
His martial arts blows right to the ribs and another. This is one awesome athlete. And I tell you, I was shocked that this whole thing disintegrated as it did. Oh, look at that move. That shows, again, great technique.
Finesse.
Great finesse and balance as Master Fuji, the evil genius, looks on.
Didn't get the nickname Devious for nothing.
Crush has physically dominated this young man. Martial arts kick right to the face. And you've just got to wonder, with Randy Savage apparently back up to at or near 100%, knowing that Savage can be, as, let's put it quite frankly, as dirty as anybody in the game. He can break every rule of the book. He's done it in the past.
He knows how to do it.
And I think Savage is going to try to impact his return to Monday Night Raw. Look at this.
Oh.
That is tremendous strength. Folks, this guy is awesome. Extending the arms in the military press. This one is academic. It is over, to say the least.
Mercifully over. Hope you're watching, Randy.
Here is your winner.
Well, as we said, Crush on Monday Night Raw. Randy Savage, indeed, will be there as well. I've had a couple of conversations with a Macho Man. He has, wait a minute, what's going on here? Savage attitude has changed, ladies and gentlemen. I can assure you, he has been very outspoken on several matters in the past few weeks. Look at this. Let's take a look. Let's take a look, Gorilla, at some of the closing moments of the action.
Just completely dominated this youngster. Look at the finesse moves now that Mr. Fuji has added to his repertoire as if he needed them.
Great movement, great agility as Fuji and Crush admire their handiwork. Ladies and gentlemen, still to come, the model Rick Martel's here, plus Razor Ramon meets Ben Ross and Gorilla Monsoon back with you. And the model Rick Martel, a former WWF Tag Team Champion, makes his way to the ring. And let us remind you, ladies and gentlemen, at the WWF Survivor Series, the model Rick Martel will join forces with his Captain IRS, Adam Bomb, and Diesel as they take on the Intercontinental Champion Razor Ramon, along with Mr. Perfect, Marty Jannetty, and the 1-2-3 Kid.
Boy, if they got their hands full. One reigning champion and two former reigning champions, and someone who possibly in the future could hold the Intercontinental title in the 1-2-3 Kid. The exciting 1-2-3 Kid.
The possibilities for these matchups are certainly endless, ladies and gentlemen. Two four-man teams, elimination rules apply, hence the word WWF Survivor Series. When a decision is rendered, whether it be by pinfall or submission, disqualification or countout, the loser of the decision must return to the locker room. His team will then fend for themselves, shall we say, and it could be some 3 or 4-on-1 situations. The match continues until a team has been completely eliminated.
And probably annihilated. Take a look at the conditioning of the model Rick Martel.
A great veteran who prides himself in his physical conditioning. Arm drag takeover on Dan Dubiel. Right into the arm bar. And I'll tell you something, Martel is just about as technically sound, Gorilla, in my book, as anybody you'll see.
Boy, no question about that. I guess the worldwide sales of the Arrogant Scent didn't get over too well, did it?
I'm not really familiar
He
with
has abandoned that.
I have never used that particular fragrance personally, so...
I would have known had you.
Well, Martel missed the elbow. Found nothing but turnbuckle there. Let's see if young Mr. Dubiel can gain an advantage here. He's going right to work on the wrist lock into the arm bar.
Used a nice ringer with it as well, but Martel doesn't miss too many things.
No, as we said, just doesn't make many mistakes, but he made one right there and a near fall for Dan Dubiel. And DeBeal right back to the arm. Nice sound move. DeBeal keeping it very, very basic here.
Well, you grab something, you grab an appendage, you try to hold on, you try to stop the momentum of a Rick Martel, which is not easily done. Rick's not going to stand there and let you get away with too much for very long. Nice block and reversal of the hip lock there. Wow.
DeBeal went to the air. And
going up was easy. Coming down was the problem.
well, Darrell Royal used to say that when you go to the air, 3 things can happen and 2 of them are bad. And that certainly was applicable there for Dan DeBeal, as he found nothing but air and imagination on that drop kick. Martel now back in control here. Irish whip is reversed. And DeBeal again a little overzealous, and Martel capitalizing with that nice suplex.
Working on that lower back area, perhaps softening them up here for that crab cake Boston crab. Here it comes.
Now, apropos, with Survivor Series in the Boston Garden, the Boston Crab used very effectively by the model Rick Martel. Martel with the submission victory.
Didn't break the stick.
Martel, a veteran of ring wars, will be a valuable addition to the IRS quartet at the Survivor Series. There you see him, ladies and gentlemen, the reigning Intercontinental Champion, the irrepressible bad guy, Razor Ramon. Gold around his neck and gold around his waist.
He is the happiest I've ever seen him in his entire life, and he said he loves nothing better than to represent the World Wrestling Federation as the Intercontinental Champion.
Well, they love him here. Listen to the ovation for this man. Razor Ramon, Mr. Perfect, Marty Jannetty, the 1, 2, 3 Kid, all will be together on this Razor Ramon-led team at the WWF Survivor Series. There's the Fink. Fink looks quite dapper in his tuxedo here this occasion.
I think he got a little too close to Adam Bomb. He seems to have some fallout problems.
His opponent, weighing 401 pounds, Bastion Booger.
The humongous mountain of adipose tissue.
401 pounds at least. The hump seems to be growing there.
It certainly is.
This is a special event. Razor's title not on the line. As
she's only laughing because she can't smell him. She's not close enough.
Razor Ramon. And well, that was certainly enlightening. Bastion Booger, great opportunity here for him to impress some folks. I wonder if the Razor's Edge will work on Bastion Booger, Gorilla.
Wow, it'd be tough to get him up there. But once you got him up there, you could get the job done with it, no question about that. Take a look at it.
I think Razor is smelling the aroma of Bastion Booger.
The original poster boy for Save the Whales.
He is a rather grotesque figure indeed, and we'll see how he fares here against the Intercontinental Champion. Little toothpick there to the face. Bastion may inspect that for any food on it. All right, the collar and elbow tie up here, and in the ropes they go. Referee Danny Davis calls for the break, and we get a clean one.
He never used the toothpick. He's only got, well, he's got a nice set of teeth, but there's only about 1 or 2 of them in there.
Got a couple of tusks. Ladies and gentlemen, as this one gets underway, let us take a break, and we'll be right back. On the outside, being manhandled momentarily by Razor Ramon. Welcome back, everyone. Jim Ross and Gorilla Monsoon back with you. And Razor Ramon being very aggressive, taking it to the Booger Man.
Well, Booger got a little distracted when he went to the outside there. He got a whiff of something, and he looked like he might have been foraging for some groceries.
Whip to the far side there. There's the elbow by...
Uh-oh, he's all tied up.
Razor Ramon ties up...
what a sight.
Bastion Booger, isn't it? Booger still has yet to wash those tights. And that's got to be, well...
Razor checking the drum out there.
They used to be white, those tights. Look at them now. They're gray, dingy.
Filthy, stinky.
New improved cheer couldn't help those tights. And Booger gonna separate himself to get a little distance here. Got to get his ring attire back up. Guy, you know, you gotta maintain your appearance, you know, here on national television.
Oh, got a little too close.
Bastion Booger bringing Razor Ramon outside. Razor is a noted street fighter, but Razor dazed on the ring post, and here comes Booger. That's 400+ pounds, planting Razor Ramon on the ring post. Razor a little out of it here, and right across the edge of the ring goes Razor's lower back.
Right in that lumbar area. Be feeling that for a few days. Oh, once again.
Well, we know that Bastion Booger likes to use the bear hug, and if he uses that maneuver in this one, he may have an opening here, in other words, because it looks as if the lower back of Razor Ramon has been damaged somewhat.
He's hurting right now.
Clubbing blow there by Bastion Booger.
I don't know whether, Jim Ross, you could get a submission out of Razor Ramon.
Well, Booger's going to try. He has got that bear hug locked in, and this allows Booger to suck some more air in his lungs and use that power that he has.
Yeah, that tank has got to be getting down there now between empty and positively on Bastion Booger. If Razor can hold on here, he's got to come out of this bear hug. Use whatever method you need to, Razor.
I'm very anxious to see, ladies and gentlemen, who, as Razor Ramon fights out of the bear hug, who the All-Americans will replace Tatanka with. We'll find that out next weekend. Oh, Razor tried to slam Bastion Booger, and he may have strained something in his lower back.
Not the thing to do.
It's going to take a tremendous amount of strength to slam Bastion Booger at 400+, and Booger with that modified power slam.
Could be all over.
And what an, no, it's not, what an upset. I thought it was going to be here. Tremendous slam there by Bastion Booger. You can almost tell what Booger had to eat earlier today. Some of that food still stuck in his goatee.
He's letting Razor get back into this match. He had him in a compromising position there. Couldn't take advantage of it.
Back to the bear hug.
Too low.
Goes Bastion Booger. Yeah, he needs to raise his hands a little bit. Well, no one has ever bragged on Booger's technique. I don't know if he has any amateur background or not, quite honestly. Booger with a bear hug applied on Razor Ramon. You know, we talked about who will the All-Americans select to replace Tatanka. Whomever it may be, Gorilla, basically is going to be a marked man.
Oh, no question about that. You know, and whoever they do select has to agree that he wants to participate. I don't know how many of those guys are that willing to want to go in there and face these foreign fanatics.
I'm looking forward to the big event, the WWF Survivor Series in Boston Garden, as Bastion Booger keeps the pressure on Razor Ramon. Gorilla and I scheduled to be at ringside, broadcasting on the Armed Forces Radio Network and many other great radio stations throughout the USA.
Literally all over the world.
And we are excited about that opportunity. Great wrestling fans in the Boston area. My first time in the Garden, and I'm really pumped up about it. As Razor Ramon is pumped up about trying to build some momentum here.
Short turnaround there by Booger. Caught Razor coming in.
Bastion Booger.
Way too slow.
Waited much too long, obviously, as it turns out. Hard clothesline by the bad guy. And
look at that!
He got him up. What strength by Razor Ramon, slamming Bastion Booger. That's over 400 pounds. Razor Ramon says that's all. Is he going to try for the Razor's edge here?
I believe he is. Could be a fatal mistake here for Razor Ramon.
Boy, this is the ultimate test of strength, but Booger elevates Razor Ramon.
Watch it.
Could be over right here. Upset in the making. This is all. It's got to be. No, it's not. He's got the legs hooked. And Razor Ramon wins it.
but not with the razor's edge.
Here is your winner.
Razor Ramon countering Bastion Booger and the bad guy, the Intercontinental Champion, with title defenses coming up in the next few weeks.
We're just about out of time.
One fall.
Well, here he comes,
Making his way to the ring, being led by his manager, Mr. Fuji,
huge Hawaiian from
Kona, Hawaii.
Bobby
Weighing
the
in at
Brain Heenan, we know that
322
Crush will be a part of
pounds.
Monday Night Raw
Here
this Monday night.
comes Crush.
And what I'm looking forward to on Raw this Monday is the return
And
of
his
Macho
opponent
Man Randy
from
Savage.
Portland, Maine,
Well, it may
weighing
be
in
a
at
short return,
216
because I believe the way
pounds.
Fuji has expressed
Scott
his concern to me,
Taylor.
that when Crush sees the Macho Man, it's going to be all over. It's going to happen again.
Another potentially volatile situation certainly presents itself this Monday night. Recently on Radio WWF, we talked to Crush, and Brain, he said that Master Fuji called him virtually every day while he was rehabilitating, whereas the Macho Man only called 2 times. Now, I have a hard time believing that.
Well, I heard the 2 times he did call were collect.
Well, I think you're getting some erroneous information, and it is Scott Taylor to take on this 6'7", 320-plus pounder. Well, this is a phenomenal athlete. And look at that attempted martial arts blow. Scott Taylor trying to fire up and show some offense on this huge man. Drop kick barely budges Crush. The clothesline just staggered him somewhat, but Crush has yet to go off his feet. Oh my! Around the islands. What a tour for Scott Taylor with a rather rough landing. You wonder how great this man can be. Athletically, he has every gift a man could want. And now with the evil presence of Master Fuji at ringside. Wait a minute, what's he doing here? I thought he was going to throw this kid outside.
And that's what he did to Savage on that steel barricade rail, where he eviscerated his tongue and busted him open. This man is a different Crush. Mr. Fuji right now has him tuned and ready.
And this one's over. Another submission victory for Crush. Look at the size of this man.
Here is your winner,
Crush and Macho Man Randy
Crush.
Savage. Another explosion could be in the offering.
Suggest you buy those Macho Man t-shirts, as many as you can, because they're going to be collector's items, because you may never see Savage again.
Ladies and gentlemen, more on the Tatanka Borga situation. Here's our special report. Looking forward, no doubt now, even more than ever, to the Survivor Series. And I know that young man, Scott Steiner, is certainly looking forward to this Monday night. It will be one-on-one Scott Steiner in a very high-stakes match, Brain, with Luther Borga.
You know, I suggest that the All-Americans may start looking for 2 partners, because Scott Steiner could get taken out real quick, real fast.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you something else this weekend on WWF Superstars. Rick Steiner is going to take on Jacques of the Quebecers. So some very pivotal matchups in the next few days. This is a crucial time as far as the Foreign Fanatics and All-Americans are concerned here in the WWF.
Well, excuse me again. Maybe they should look for 3 partners. Maybe the Foreign Fanatics should just make their presence known. Let the All-Americans put their tail between their legs, like you say, the limber duck. What is that?
Limber tail.
Limber tail, and then they can haul it down the highway, because I'm telling you something, somebody's going to get hurt real bad.
Reversal of the Irish whip by Scott Steiner. Barry Horowitz locks those big arms around Horowitz and suplexes him. Tremendous belly-to-belly suplex by Scott Steiner. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, what a matchup it will be. Scott Steiner and Luther Borga. Scott Steiner, full Boston crab applied. Horowitz trying to reach the ropes. He does so, and referee Joe Morella calls to the break, and we have a clean one.
And I'll tell you something about Scott Steiner and his brother Rick and Barry Horowitz. Horowitz is a tough competitor. He'll get out there and fight everybody. But they're not going to have their way with the Foreign Fanatics like they have Barry Hardy and like they have Barry Horowitz. This is going to be a different ballgame in Survivor Series, even if the Steiners are still around. Who knows?
Well, you're right about that, and they certainly were incensed that they were padlocked inside their own locker room, thanks to the Quebecers.
Why should they be? The parents used to lock them in their rooms at night.
Barry Hardy upside down. What a ride that must be. Right in to the turnbuckles.
Imagine that. Your blood's rushing to your head. You have no idea where you're going, and all of a sudden, that sudden stop.
Well, whomever is selected to be the partner for the All-Americans is going to be one brave, tough individual. Another high-impact move by Scott Steiner makes the exchange with his big brother Rick. And the dog face goes up top now.
They're not going to be doing this to Yokozuna, I'll tell you that.
And it's not going to be a good trip here for Barry Hart. What a bulldog! Right off the top. He hits the leg. And the Steiner brothers with an emphatic victory here.
Hi, everybody. Hey, I want to talk about...
The following
Well,
contest
ladies and
is
gentlemen,
scheduled
here he comes,
for
the
one
grotesque
fall. Making his way to the ring, weighing in at 401
Ladies and gentlemen,
pounds.
I'm anxious to see what Jeff
Booger.
Jarrett can do in the ring. The wannabe country music star certainly seems to have a chip on his shoulder as far as Music City is concerned.
You know, Ross, remember when Milton Berle used to introduce me and say, "Hello, ladies and germs"? I think looking at Bastion Booger's where he got that from.
Watch that. Look at him. Oh, my. Look at those flaps. And that hump continues to grow. That is not a pretty face, ladies and gentlemen. Quick now. Get the camera off him. My
And
goodness.
his opponent from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 212 pounds. Here he comes, the 1, 2,
Here comes the 1, 2, 3
kid.
kid. Listen to him. They allow this young man. You know, ladies and gentlemen, beginning on November the 15th, the WWF hotline will conduct a fans' choice vote line to determine the WWF Superstar of the Year. And I gotta believe that we may be seeing a man that could be right in the running for that, Brain.
Oh, thank you very much, but I have enough awards at
No,
home.
not you.
Not me.
No, I'm talking about that young man, the 1, 2, 3 kid.
I'd rather vote for Bastion Booger.
Well, all you got to do is call a hotline beginning November 15th, and we'll be telling you fans more about that. Bastion Booger needs some new and improved tide. Those dungy, grungy, filthy tights have yet to be laundered. Collar tie up, and the stench of Bastion Booger is rather repulsive. We can smell it from where we are.
I thought that was you. I didn't want to say nothing.
I have had my shot. Oh, my God. That gaseous odor escaped those tights, and that is sickening, ladies and gentlemen.
He just likes to do nasty things, don't he?
Headbutt, you talk about a mismatch in size. This is one of the most overwhelming mismatches as far as that's concerned that I have ever seen. Both these men a part of the Survivor Series, and the kid is quick. That's what he's got to do. And look at those martial arts moves to the upper midsection. One of the hook. There goes Booger. Lateral cross, and he got a near fall off. Well, he popped him in the gut with that martial arts kick again, and the kid goes for it. It could be over right there.
Oh, we know it's coming now. Flip to the back cam.
There's Jenny Craig when you need her. Look at this guy. He got to be 450 now. He's gained 50 pounds since he's been in the WWF.
Gained 30 pounds since lunch.
Another clubbing blow right to the lower back of the 1, 2, 3 kid. And on the heels of that slam, he's got to really hurt. What impact! What tremendous impact! That high velocity arm whip right to the corner. And the young 19-year-old is in bad shape here.
And anytime a 400-pound man shoots you across the ring like he can, it's got to hurt you.
High elevation. The kid is in big trouble, ladies and gentlemen, and we've got to take a break. Don't you go away. We'll be back with this one. Pound away on the 1, 2, 3 kid. The kid is in a lot of trouble here. Hard forearm, another one by Bastion Booger as he knocks the 1, 2, 3 kid down. Welcome back, everyone. Jim Rawson.
Now who smells?
Bobby the Brain Heenan. You smell. That's who smells.
Yeah.
You smell, you big.
Hey, don't do that. He'll come over here, then we'll both smell.
Boy, he needs air freshener in the worst way. He needs a bath. Someone should run him through a car wash. Another kick right to the ribs of the 1, 2, 3 kid. And Bastion Booger has slowed this one down to his pace. And the kid is being punished.
It might not hurt to hit extra hot wax twice either.
That would hurt him a bit, that's for sure. Booger taking his time with the 1-2-3 kid in this rematch. Both arms hooked, and look at the slam.
Booger's only been off his feet one time. The kid cannot match him strength standing toe-to-toe with him. He's got to get the big man down and then put the boots to him. He just scabs on his legs.
Oh, please, let's not point that out. Bastion Booger using that huge size advantage. The kid just over 200 pounds, and that may be stretching it, about 210 or so. And Bastion Booger, as we had speculated, is about 450. That's our closest guess. Oh, man, another Irish whip right to the turnbuckle.
How would you like to sit next to him in a fight from New York to L.A.?
No, thank you. The kid trying to roll him out. Can he hold him? And no. Not this time. No way. And those right hands, not really that effective by the 1-2-3 kid. He's got to do something quick. And that's where the guy moves it. But he possesses on top. And it looks like he's on top of those Smokey there, that lateral press.
Where's he going now? What could he possibly think?
Take his chance. They found it smart. And the drop kick drives Bastion Booger outside. Keep your eye on the 1-2-3 kid. He'll take a chance. Right to the bone. And a press body right through the ropes.
You know, Booger would have moved. That kid could have been in the 9th, 10th row.
Both these men, as we mentioned, will be competing at Survivor Series. The 1-2-3 kid has said the momentum has swung his right brain. He's got to put Bastion Booger away now. He missed the moonsault.
Oh, no.
Big splash by Bastion Booger. The kid took a chance, and it didn't pay off. What do you expect?
Here is your winner,
He's over 200 pounds,
Bastion
bigger than the 1-2.
Booger.
I thought he was going to try to
Can
get
you imagine him at Chippendales? Wouldn't that be great?
Tell me about it, son.
For the last 45 minutes here, and Savage is beside himself.
About to come down the aisle.
Buckle your seatbelts, everyone. Something's going to happen here.
From Kona, Hawaii, weighing 322 pounds, Rush.
Look at this. Vince is trying to save Savage's job because I know we are not allowed to get involved physically with the Crush. Come on, Randy. He's trying to choke the life out of him. Look at that. I believe every official from the World Wrestling Federation is out here right now. Savage is in deep trouble. Wait a minute, look at Crush. Crush is going after Savage now. Crush catching up with Randy Savage. Oh, this thing's not going to end right now. I doubt if a fight like this is ever going to end. There's so much hatred inside Crush and Savage for each other.
You can't blame Randy Savage for all that pent-up emotion, and some of the remarks you made certainly were inflammatory.
You can't blame Savage. The way he turned his back on a friend that was hurt. The way he stabbed Crush in the back. Fuji called him every day. Savage called him twice.
That's balling. Look at this. Trying to get control. Things really out of line here.
They are really going at it.
Look at this.
I would have jumped up and helped you, McMahon, but I had to be on air.
Thank you very much. It doesn't matter.
Come on.
Savage and Crush having a go at it on Monday Night Raw. Randy Savage.
There's nothing running me out of here, Heenan. Pass the word.
Okay, hey, I'm glad you're back. I don't mean any trouble to anybody.
Randy Savage back here in the broadcast booth.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for returning, Randy Savage. Can you give us some idea of what was going on back there?
No problem. Just doing the thing.
He won't answer me. Ask him what condition Crush is in or what happened.
What is the condition of Crush? We can obviously see that you're shaking, but...
I'll tell you something. If they wouldn't have get up between me and him, he'd be in a lot worse shape right now. Guaranteed. Did you hear that, Heenan?
I heard it.
Don't bet against me, brother.
I'm not.
I mean it.
I'm not.
I'm on a roll. Nobody's gonna stop me.
I know that.
By the way, we will have, a little bit later on, the results of your vote. You being the matchmaker, we will have those results later on here on Monday Night Raw. Drop toe hold nicely executed by Bob Backlund. Horowitz down to the canvas once again. Wait a minute, we are, where are we? Where is that camera? That's Crush's dressing room.
I believe it is. It's down with Crush.
Howdy, folks. Double J here again. That's J-E, double F, J-A, double R-E, double T. That's Double J, Jeff Jarrett. Got my driver here, Billy Ray Brooks. Brought me down here today in my vintage 68 Cadillac. You know, fine cars are like fine wine. They just seem to get better with age. Isn't that right, Billy Ray?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, sir. You know, old Double J here, he takes care of his property, unlike the corrupt country music business. You know, they say proof's in the pudding. Well, I got the pudding right here. Take a look. Here it is. The finest example of the corrupt country music business. The Ryman Auditorium, home of the Grand Ole Opry. Well, look at this place. Graffiti on the walls. This place is run down. It's in shambles. It's condemned. Well, this place is dead. Just like two of the greatest country music stars ever to play on that stage in there, right here on this stage, Conway Twitty. Why, he's dead and buried. Oh, Lord. And another guy, George Jones. He's still breathing all right, but his career's been dead for years. Oh, neither one of them guys could sing. Oh, unlike Double J here. Speaking of death, hey, Billy Ray, what's that dead boy's name in the WWF?
Undertaker.
Yeah, The Undertaker. This place reminds me of The Undertaker. Dead, decrepit, run down, in shambles. Undertaker boy, I'm gonna use you. And I'm gonna use the WWF. And when I get done, after it's all said and done, they're gonna rename the WWF. That's right, they're gonna rename it the Double JF. Oh, that's right. And then they're gonna come back here. That's right, look at this sign. It's not gonna say Ryman Auditorium. It's not gonna say home of the Grand Ole Opry. It's gonna say the Double J Auditorium. That's right, the home of the greatest country music singer that ever lived. That's right, Jeff Jarrett. Oh, Double J. That's Double J, J-E, double F, J-A, double R-E, double T. That's Double J, Jeff Jarrett.
92.5 pounds, Adam Bomb.
Look at this guy.
Total destruction.
Tell him about it, Adam Bomb.
Adam Bomb headed to the Survivor Series in his own right. Adam Bomb, ladies and gentlemen, will be joining forces with Erwin R. Shyster, the Mighty Diesel, and the model Rick Martel, opposed by Razor Ramon, Mr. Perfect, Marty Jannetty, and the 1-2-3 Kid, whom, by the way, we'll see in action. Nasty-looking individual, isn't he? Very intimidating looking.
Don't talk about that little kid that way.
No, he was a sweet young child, but that, oh, my goodness. Round zero, huh? Harvey Whippleman, the manager of Adam Bomb, and I would suspect of Mr. Bomb hiring Mr. Whippleman to perhaps, I don't know.
You don't know what the deal is?
In some way, gain him, I suppose, more competitive matches.
Oh, you know what? You are trying to act like you don't know what's been going on around here. You're trying to act like you don't know that Jack Tunney and all the officials here in the World Wrestling Federation have been trying to ignore this man right here. Not give him any competitive matches against the so-called superstars of the World Wrestling Federation. And what he did was he went out and acquired the services of Harvey Whippleman, one of the smartest individuals in wrestling today. And now Harvey has already gotten him into the Survivor Series, and that's just the first step.
Myers coming off the rope. Myers on a collision course. Look at that. Attempted a cross body, but caught in midair and down across the knee. Adam Bomb, an awesome physical specimen. As far as his tactics in the ring are concerned, I think they are a bit questionable as far as their legality.
What chance will a 1-2-3 kid have on the other side of the ring against this guy?
You know very well the same chance that he had against Razor Ramon in the upset victory, and down with the Adam Smasher. The cover, the count, this one's history.
Well, that didn't take long, did it? Look at Adam Bomb.
Not as long as it's going to take the Hart family to wipe out you and your knights.
Hey, I'm sick of hearing about the Hart family. Bunch of chickens.
Are you going going to spend another...
Megaton Terror!
Scheduled next for action. Here he comes now, Marty Jannetty.
Wait a minute. Look, he can't even get past Harvey Whippleman.
He's trying to be a gentleman about this, and Harvey, who I believe with Adam Bomb behind him, thinks he's about 6'10" and 300 pounds.
That was a mistake.
Roundhouse right misses. Look at this. Jannetty peppering Adam Bomb. Jannetty with a drop kick on the concrete floor. Marty Jannetty and Adam Bomb. Here come the officials trying to break this up.
Boy, I'll tell you what, they wanted each other, and they got it. A little later on.
Marty Jannetty.
I thought maybe he had left the building for so long he hadn't shown up yet.
Not likely at all. What a matchup this is going to be.
Look at his face. He looks a little worried, doesn't he?
Jannetty climbing in. Look at this. Fisticuff starting right away. Going toe-to-toe. Adam Bomb and Marty Jannetty.
He stopped that real quick.
Indeed he did. And these two, by the way, will meet in the tag team elimination at the Survivor Series. Look at that, missing with the elbow. You wonder whether or not that match would result into a singles matchup. Mark this, look at this. Or yet again, maybe it's Adam Bomb against all four.
Oh, no, no, no.
Look at this, look at the speed. Look at the agility of Jannetty, connecting to the roundhouse right, another one. Marty Jannetty trying to position the Adam Bomb, trying to get him now back out, reversal. Here comes Adam Bomb, charging right into the foot of Jannetty. Jannetty to the rope, and going up way up high, high-risk maneuver. That knocks the big man down for the cover, one. Marty Jannetty backing off a bit now. You're going to have to keep that big man down on the canvas somehow.
That's impossible. Impossible.
Next week, ladies and gentlemen, the Intercontinental Championship will be on the line right here on WWF Superstars. It'll be the model Rick Martel against the current champion Razor Ramon in a rematch from their original title event on Monday Night Raw. Look at that. And the big man goes down. The cover. 1, 2, yes.
No.
And Marty Jannetty in front face now. Trying to wear the big man down. That's what we talked about. Keep him down on that canvas. You're going to have a real good shot at it. By the way, next week as well, we're going to find out just whom the All-Americans will name as their new tag team partner. A great deal of speculation. And I, for one, hope that it's the Macho Man. Look at this. Now Marty Jannetty timing that one just right and tagging Adam Bomb. Sets him up for the ride. Coming off the rope now. Back, but no. Adam Bomb with a kick to the ribs. Adam Bomb with a hard right hand. Bomb now with Jannetty. Clothesline. Look at that maneuver.
Go for the ride, Marty Jannetty.
My goodness. That was ground zero a moment ago. Jannetty to the outside. Look at what's going on. Look, Harvey Whippleman out there stomping away. On Jannetty with his hard sole shoes. Look at Harvey Whippleman.
He's
Who does he
standing
think
back.
he is?
Well, that's what Jannetty gets. He should have never laid his... Look at this idiot now.
And the 1, 2, 3 kid who we saw earlier. Back out. Keeping his eyes open for Jannetty to covers. Adam Bomb down across the back of the 1, 2, 3 kid. Oh, wow, into the steps.
Harvey should have taken care of him himself. Harvey's bigger than he is.
Adam Bomb, what is going on here?
He don't mind. He'll fight the whole team.
Now, this one is officially over. I believe Adam Bomb has been disqualified. Or maybe it's Marty Jannetty disqualified because of the kid coming in to help out.
I think Jannetty got
Bomb is disqualified. Now Jannetty's back in because Whippleman was out there kicking Jannetty, and the official caught him. Sleeper hold here on Adam Bomb, trying to apply the hold even more. Look at this, double team effort. Go for it.
I guess you condone this. How can you condone such action? Double team it to the hill.
Hey, wait a minute, here comes the model.
There you go. Let's even things up.
Coming in. The Survivor Series, I believe, is starting early. The model, Rick Martel with the kids. Jannetty and Adam Bomb slugging it out. The official trying. Oh, no, look at that man with Diesel. Diesel, 6'10", over 300 pounds, hammering away on Jannetty.
We may have some more guys eliminated.
Here comes the guys, all right. Here comes the bad guy. Razor Ramon. Ramon hammering away.
Look out, Diesel.
Razor Ramon. He's cleaning house in there. Look at this. A prelude to the Survivor Series. This place is rocking, and so is Adam Bomb. Razor Ramon
back on Mania to talk about the...
I'm going to talk to you about Survivor Series. We all know what's going to happen at Survivor Series. There's going to be a family feud. A family feud between the entire Hart family and the King and my Knights of the Squared Circle. I can hardly wait. This is going to be so exciting. It is going to be wonderful. And to make it even more exciting, you know who's going to be on hand to host this big family feud match? None other than the host of the TV show Family Feud, Ray Combs. You know Ray Combs, that little weedy guy that stands out there and says, and the survey says, and they turn, you know that guy? I'm sure you all know him. You bunch of deadbeats. When you ought to be out working, I know you're sitting home watching soap operas and the Family Feud. You know who Ray Combs is. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Ray Combs took a little survey himself this past week. He asked a total of 5,000 people these questions. He said, who is the biggest coward in all of the World Wrestling Federation? And the survey said, ding, Bret Hart, that's who the biggest coward is. And then he said, who is the stupidest wrestler that ever stepped foot in a ring in the World Wrestling Federation? And the survey said, Owen Hart. Good answer, good answer, good answer, yes, sir. And then you know what he said? He asked those 5,000 people, who is the biggest deadbeat? Who is the black sheep of the... Who is the black sheep of the worst wrestling family in the World Wrestling Federation? And the survey said, ding! Keith Hart. Good answer, good answer. Now let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Bret Hart, Keith Hart, Owen Hart, and Bruce Hart. I want to see you in the ring at the Family Feud. And I want you to have your wrinkled up old mother and father sitting right at ringside. I want you to kickstart his pacemaker. I want him there to see what me and my Knights are going to do to his precious little boys. Because you see, I've got the Red Knight, I've got the Blue Knight, and I've got the Black Knight. Oh, and believe me, not that I need anybody, because I could whip the whole Hart family single-handedly. But with my Knights, I can promise you this. For the entire Hart family at Survivor Series, it will indeed be a Black Knight. Good answer, good answer.
Well, come here, producer, who is Mr. Perfect? Lawrence walked out, he left me. I guess we're going to Mr. Perfect, is that right? Hello.
Very displeased.
Oh, displeased. Why don't you use another word that starts with a P? I'll tell you this, Jim Cornette is not going to let this happen. Johnny Polo's not going to let this happen. Fuji's not going to let this happen. You just don't bring in a substitute because the guy you picked couldn't do the job.
Oh, wait
He's
a minute.
the weak link. You don't bring in a substitute. That's not
Are
fair.
you crazy? Are you crazy? Like, that was a conspiracy. It was the chair to the head. Oh, that was fair. The Yokozuna's bonsai drop. That was fair. The Steiner brothers locked in their own locker room. That was fair. What are you talking
But
about?
that involved the All-Americans and the Fanatics. You don't bring in an outsider. And the Undertaker, you're an outsider. This is not right.
Well, I'm sorry you're so upset, ladies and gentlemen. What a Survivor Series it's going to be. We'll talk more about it in the hour. But right now, let's get started.
Get Tony up here right now.
Bam! Bam!
Well, Brain, this ought to cheer you up. Look who's coming to the ring.
Bam Bam Bigelow, the lovely Luna Vachon. Yes, looking at her beauty does make me feel better. But I just can't get over what they're allowing to happen.
Well, I know that the Cornette and Johnny Polo, Mr. Fuji, are very upset, and rightfully so. But, hey, that's the price they pay for their evil deeds. Ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you that the new edition of the WWF magazine, the Intercontinental Champ Razor Ramon on the cover, and on the inside is a personality profile of Luna Vachon. I bet that's going to be a short article, probably a one-pager. She's got no personality.
What do you mean? If the publisher of the magazine has any sense, they'll do a whole book on her. They'll make it as thick as the New York City phone book.
Well, there she is, the subject of the personality profile we referred to. And Bam Bam Bigelow taking on Rich Myers here this week on WWF Wrestling Challenge. And the Beast from the East starts out quickly, but he missed the elbow. Myers has got to use all his speed and quickness to survive, no pun intended, this contest. I tell you, I couldn't believe what happened on Monday Night Raw. Randy Savage now will be unable to broadcast on WWF Superstars and on Monday Night Raw due to the situation he had this past Monday with Crush. And I guess, Bray, that also should make you happy.
Well, it's very simple. We're all commentators, Ross. You just can't jump into the ring. You can't get involved in other people's business. That's when trouble starts. So I understand what they did. And now that I'm happy for that decision, because now that they got rid of Beavis, as soon as I get rid of Butthead McMahon, the show's all mine.
What a clothesline there by Bam Bam Bigelow, the 400-pound beast from the East, who certainly wants to extract some revenge from one of 4 doinks that he will face along with Bastion Booger and the Head Shrinkers at the Survivor Series. And I don't think I've ever seen, especially in the last 2 or 3 weeks, Bam Bam Bigelow be as impressive or as aggressive. What a move there.
And look at the lovely Luna. She is proud of Bam Bam Bigelow.
Well, I don't know how lovely she is. Irish whip far side. And Myers, well, Myers just fell right out of the corner. He avoided the contact there.
I think Bigelow hit his head on the post.
Myers, hey, look what I found.
Oh, no.
He got a lateral press.
Oh, no.
1, 2. Bigelow almost knocked himself out. Rich Myers almost scored a major upset here.
Bigelow's hurt, or he wouldn't have left the ring. He cracked his head pretty good on that post.
Bam Bam Bigelow has knocked himself senseless here.
Don't get counted out. Luna, make sure he's aware of the count.
Luna Vachon in the ring.
Good move, broke the count.
Well, the referee can certainly disqualify Bigelow here.
Well, not really. She hasn't. Now he can. If he feels like he should, he could disqualify.
Luna Vachon shoving Rich Myers back into the corner, and he's not going to strike a lady or someone impersonating a lady. Look at Luna Vachon. Well, the referee's in a real tough position here. What does he do? I say disqualifies Bigelow for Luna's actions. And Bigelow now, again, can't connect. Myers steps out of the way and got another near fall. Bigelow has yet to recover, Bray, from striking his head into the turnbuckle.
I don't like the looks of this. He's in trouble. And I think the referee knows it, too. That's why he's letting it go.
Oh, Bigelow caught him. And dropped Myers right across the top ring rope. Bigelow manhandling Myers now. Lateral press, hooks the leg, and Bam Bam Bigelow wins it. But not without a anxious moment or two in this contest.
Looks like he may have knocked a tooth out, too.
I think it was already gone.
Well, he's got 3 of them.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us now take you face to face. Welcome to WWF Wrestling Challenge. Jim Ross and Bobby the Brain Heenan back with you. Still to come in the hour, ladies and gentlemen, a very special King's Court. The Foreign Fanatics will be on hand. Smoking Guns, Billy and Bart making their way to the ring. Plus in the hour, the Taxman coming, IRS is here, and our big feature matchup, Owen and Bret Hart take on Well Done. Plus, Crush along with Mr. Fuji. This is going to be a phenomenal broadcast.
You know something, Ross? All the WWF fans that buy those big 100-gallon cowboy hats, those hats look better on the humanoids than the cowboy hats look on the Smoking Guns.
Well, that's a matter of opinion, and I do not concur, quite frankly.
There should be a hole in each side of that hat, shouldn't there, where the ears of the mule go through?
You're thinking of Hee-Haw, Cornfield County.
I knew you were on Hee-Haw. I know it. You are Mr. Hee-Haw.
I watched it a few hundred times. The Smoking Guns, ladies and gentlemen. Phenomenal tag team combination. That's Bart. His brother is Billy. And they certainly are amassing a phenomenal win-loss record. They want the opportunity to wrestle the Quebecers for the WWF Tag Team Championship.
I'll tell you, there's a lot of people looking for the Quebecers.
Todd Mata starting off with Bart Gunn here. And the pace is quickening as this tag team matchup gets underway. And he went for the hip block. And Mata, he blocked it, but he didn't block the clothesline.
He hurt his neck. Mata hurt his neck.
Yeah, he looks like he may be injured, and the downward slide may have begun for the Mata Tony DeVito team as Bart Gunn tags in his brother Billy.
Is that his haircut, or did roadkill just land on his head?
Who, Mata?
Yes.
I don't know. He needs a new coiffure, no doubt about it.
Tag haircut.
That too.
Nice haircut if you're going to the chair.
Tony DeVito, compact athlete, tags in. I wonder if he's any relation to Danny DeVito. He's kind of built like him. Gut wrench, right face first down to the canvas. Well, this is an explosive team, and their enthusiasm is so contagious. Everywhere I've gone that these guys have been, they've just been so well accepted. What a power slam there.
Well, I guess the people feel sorry for them the way they dress.
How do you figure that?
Well, they wear dirty jeans, dirty boots. They say yup, yeehaw, and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh. There it is. Great.
They win. You got to give them that.
Great tandem offense. The elevation right into the pile driver. The smoking guns and the tag team title hunt. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special King's Court. It is coming right up.
Of yourselves. It's time for you to start paying your fair share.
Who does he think he is? How does he know who all's cheating on their taxes? Was he involved in that Leona Helmsley thing? You know, she's out now.
I know she's out. I've talked to her. She's a personal friend of mine.
You and Leona?
Yeah, she owns the Empire State Building. Well, you know what she owns and the way that poor woman was mistreated.
Broke my heart. Dennis Diamond challenging the tax man here this week. And IRS scoops up Diamond with a body slam. He is a phenomenal athlete. There's absolutely no doubt about it. Another elbow drive by IRS on Dennis Diamond here. Fans, let me remind you of the WWF Survivor Series hotline. It starts this weekend. Some big news on the hotline as IRS misses the clothesline. Crossbody by Diamond. He may have him. IRS almost napping there as he drives Diamond to the top turnbuckle. The WWF Survivor Series hotline opens this weekend in the USA only. You can hear from the top superstars in the WWF. Also, ladies and gentlemen, yours truly will have a daily commentary on the hotline through the Survivor Series. And more importantly, you can vote for the WWF Superstar of the Year. There will be 8 possible selections for the award as handed down by President Jack Tunney. You can vote for the WWF Superstar of the Year on the WWF Survivor Series hotline right here in the USA only. It opens this weekend. Abdominal stretch by IRS. Look at him cheat.
It's not cheating. He's just holding on so he don't.
He's gaining an unfair advantage, and you know it.
You don't need an unfair advantage with that opponent.
Well, you probably are right there, but why is he cheating? Well, I tell you,
he's got till 5.
One thing about it, he will be the leader of his quartet at the Survivor Series. Powerful clothesline. IRS has been in firm control, and I think he's going to put Dennis Diamond on ice.
As in Zircon.
Here is your winner, IRS.
Nice looking suit.
Ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, Owen and Bret Hart take on Well Done.
What an opportunity this is for Well Done. We'll take away in a minute.
Oh, listen to the ovation, a capacity crowd on hand as the hitman, Bret Hart, and his brother Owen Hart make their way to the ring. This is going to be an outstanding tag team event. I got to hand it to Harv, the little rat, has done a good job managing Well Done, and he's got him a marquee matchup right here.
You know, Well Done was the to knock off the Hart brothers, who I think this may be their first time tag teaming. Even though you're brothers, that means nothing. You have to be with your partner every day and know what he's going to do and what he isn't going to do. They stand a chance of being instant stars in the WWF and getting main event matches all over the world.
And it will be Stephen Dunn and Owen Hart starting it out here. Joe Morello, the referee of this contest. And a wrist lock applied by Owen. Hope Jerry Lawler is looking on. This one is going to be maybe a prelude to the Survivor Series as far as the intensity and teamwork of the Harts is concerned. Good shoulder block by Dunn. Up and over. Nice move there. Arm drag takedown. Well, Owen is quick.
Yeah, he is quick. He's not quick mentally, but he's quick in the ring. Look at the horn on him. That guy's got a beak and a half. It's like an old Pontiac.
Are you talking about his nose?
Yes, I'm talking about his nose. You think he is a vulture?
Right hand by the Hitman, who gets the tag. And boy, look at his aggression. This is what Jerry Lawler is going to suffer. But I'm still wondering, have you found out? You told me you were going to work on it.
Yes.
Who are these knights? These the black, red, and blue knight. Who are they?
Well, I've been working on it. I have my staff on it right now, and I'm waiting for a call any moment. And I'll tell you. As soon as I know, you'll know.
Far side goes the Hitman. Nice move there. Good athletic move by Stephen Dunn. Uh-oh. Tried to elevate himself over the Hitman, and he's caught. An inverted atomic drop. Hart gets the momentum from the ropes. That caught him with a clothesline.
I'll tell you something about the Hitman. Personally, I don't like his philosophy, and I don't like him, but you got to give him credit. The man was the WWF champion. He was Intercontinental champion. He was tag team champions a couple of times. He's done it all here in the World Wrestling Federation, and he's going to get taken out real bad by Mr. I say the King, Jerry Lawler.
Tag was made there, ladies and gentlemen. Timothy Well tagged in Hart with the headbutt. Well, you talk about the former WWF champion, a rematch from WrestleMania 9, if you will, as far as television is concerned, will occur, ladies and gentlemen, next Sunday. A big rematch. The Hitman and Yokozuna will go one-on-one, and it will be for the WWF title. That occurs next Sunday. More on that right here next weekend.
Well, you know, I'll tell you something. The way things are going, heading towards Survivor Series, Bret Hart could, I don't see where, he could beat Yokozuna. Weirder things have happened.
You're exactly right about that as oh my, good teamwork there by Well Done.
Very good teamwork.
Timothy Well reversed the Irish whip, and from the outside, Stephen Dunn now choking Owen Hart. And I am thoroughly impressed with the efforts of Well Done here.
Oh, I am too. They know this is a do-or-die opportunity. They can become instant stars, though. They're going to be stars anyway. It's just a matter of time. But this would push them over the edge right now.
Elbow right to the face of Owen Hart. I'm sure that Jerry Lawler is looking on very gleefully at this situation. Whip to the far side, and more double teaming by Well Done. They utilize the referee's count to their advantage.
Well, that's what good tag team wrestling's all about. You know that.
They have isolated one member of the Hart team, specifically Owen Hart. Owen unable to make a tag. Good drop kick right there.
Yeah, but during his childhood, he was isolated by the family, so don't feel bad.
Why are you so vociferous and so belligerent regarding the Hart family?
Well, I know the Hart family. I know when their dog ran away, they used to put Owen out back instead.
That's
some tragic times, you know.
That's right hand by Timothy Well. There's another whip. Whoa, he missed it though. Timothy Well couldn't connect with the elbow. And there's a martial arts kick. A martial arts kick. Owen needs to make the tag. Elevates Stephen Dunn and makes the tag to the Hitman. With the Hitman Hart with right hands, and they find their mark.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Pricks their heads together. Well done now, in trouble. With far side center ropes. And gonna be a backbreaker. Yes, it is. Bret the Hitman Hart is really firing on all cylinders. Drives the elbow right to the face of Stephen Dunn. Oh, watch out for that sharpshooter.
He's going for it, isn't he?
And look out from behind. Over Hart. Intercepted Timothy well. There's a sharpshooter.
Come on, get Owen out of the ring.
He sets back on it.
Get him out of the ring. It's too late, isn't it?
Stephen Dunn gives it up. The Hitman, his brother Owen. The Hart brothers win it here.
Don't feel bad, Harvey. That's not a defeat as far as I'm concerned. What happened there is it was 2 against 1.
It was not 2 against 1. Harvey has nothing to be ashamed of. That was a great effort by Well Done. Jerry Lawler, beware.
You folks in the UK, my name is Todd Pettengill. Now, we just saw Bret and Owen together as a tag team, and they look fantastic. The epitome of teamwork in action. The entire Hart family gearing up for the 1993 Survivor Series. Don't forget, you can see all the action Thursday, November 25th at 6:15 on Sky Sports. Now, the big news this week, The Undertaker has been named to replace Tatanka, who was badly injured at the hands of Ludwig Borga and Yokozuna. Let's begin then with that half of the big double main event, the All-Americans against the Foreign Fanatics. The Stars and Stripes will be carried into battle by team captain Lex Luger. He's joined by former tag team champions, the Steiner brothers, and now rounding out the fabulous foursome, The Undertaker. They will try to knock off the Foreign Fanatics, led by team captain and WWF champion Yokozuna. Yoko has Ludwig Borga on his side, along with the current WWF tag team champions, the Quebecers. Now, the second half of the main event is the Family Feud match. The Hart family against the dysfunctional Lawler family. Bret, Owen, Bruce, and Keith take on Jerry Lawler and the Mystery Knights. Now, take a look at these pictures from the Hart family album. These photographs show a proud, strong family, a group that has faced adversity head-on together. But certainly the Hart family has never endured the kind of ambush they experienced over the past several months from Jerry Lawler. A lot of anger is going to be taken out in that ring. Now, in other matches, you will see the team of Razor Ramon, Mr. Perfect, Marty Jannetty, and the 1-2-3 of the WWF Survivor Series. The Rock and Roll Express takes on the Heavenly Bodies. Don't miss a second of this exciting WWF action Thursday, November the 25th at 6:15 on Sky Sports. When we continue here on Wrestling Challenge, the man from Kona, Hawaii, who recently revealed his true colors. We're coming back with Crush.
From Kona, Hawaii, weighing in at 322 pounds.
322 pounds. Crush led to the ring by Master Fuji. And I'll tell you what, an explosive situation we all witnessed this past Monday night on Raw involving Crush and the Macho Man Randy Savage. Once again, Brain, Randy Savage has been removed from the broadcast team of not only Monday Night Raw, but also WWF Superstars.
And if Crush gets his hands on him again, he'll remove him from the human race.
Well, that was a real physically intense situation on Monday Night Raw. Martial arts blow right to the heart of this young P.J. Walker. Walker able to avoid the clothesline. Nice drop kick there by the young man. P.J. Walker has shown a lot of promise. Remember, he's the guy that upset IRS on Monday Night Raw.
But that wasn't because of his ability or the lack of ability for IRS. It was because of Razor Ramon, and you know that.
Whoa! There's that tour of the islands that ends with an abrupt crash right across the knee as the evil Master Fuji waving the Japanese flag. It indeed is a beautiful flag, but has certainly incensed many here in the WWF.
You know, I remember 6, 7 months ago, everybody said about Crush, you know, what a nice guy, but don't get him mad. If he loses that temper, he don't even know how strong he is. Well, that's what happened. Savage has made him mad, and Fuji has shown him how to release that temper. A lot of people are going to be put on the shelf courtesy of Crush.
A lot of fans in the USA. Oh, what a move there. Great martial arts move by the 6'7", 322-pounder. As Master Fuji looks on, as about to say, a lot of fans here in the United States are really talking about this situation involving Crush and the Macho Man on Radio WWF.
How do you find me on the weekends?
Oh, I've got sources. You're easy to find. You leave a pretty good trail. Look at the strength here. Look at the power.
Put him in the balcony.
Oh, my!
On the turnbuckle.
Dropped him face first right across the turnbuckle. Does Crush. Man, he is so massively strong. There's a claw, and we've got a pin. This man is just unbelievably strong.
Look at his eyes. You can tell his whole thinking has changed. His life has changed now. He is dangerous.
As a total disdain for the fans that once admired this magnificent athlete. And now he has pledged his allegiance to Master Fuji. Wait a minute,
Well, he's not done yet. I told you, Fuji has unleashed a monster here.
Boom! Right across the back of Walker's head.
Hi again, everybody.
Talents, the Intercontinental Champion, Razor Ramon, will be here.
And the undefeated Ludwig Borga is on hand. And next week, our main event is Marty Jannetty against the big man, the man with the knockout punch, the big 7-footer, Diesel.
And we'll hear comments from each of them right after this.
Jannetty, this time you've bit off more than you can chew. And next week, right here on Wrestling Challenge, you're gonna find out what this 6'10", 320 juggernaut's all about. Your mind, punk. See you next week.
Just next week, we're gonna rock and roll, strut and stroll. Right here, Diesel. You've been running your mouth for a long time, telling everybody how bad you are. Well, it's time to get down and get dirty and find out if you are the man you say you are. Next week, right here on Wrestling Challenge.
What a matchup that's going to...
Their choice as to who would face Pierre the Quebecer. And you chose an American original. You chose Lex Luger. Luger determined to even the score with the fun. I'll be the first in the Survivor Series to tear the head and the hair off of one of them stupid clowns. That's what I'll do first. Tear the head and the hair off of one of them stupid clowns. Shut up.
Well, you could use a little, Bastion. Look at that hump. It got bigger.
It's growing every week. The only man in the WWF with his own hump. And Bastion Booger to challenge Joe Brennan here. I guess that's actually Joe Brennan challenging Bastion Booger. And Joe just got a snoot full of the aroma that Bastion brings with him.
You know something, Jim Ross? I don't think 4 doinks are going to be enough.
Well, they got some strong competition, don't they?
Powerhouses. Bam Bam Bigelow, and you know the main squeeze is going to be there as well.
Oh, yes. Luna Vachon at ringside. Alpha will be at ringside because the head shrinkers are in this situation as well.
Come on, Doink.
Well, some guys could come out of that match and missing some body parts.
This is one of the most grotesque athletes I think perhaps I have ever seen. Over 400 pounds.
Oh, no.
Well, Brennan's going to make a visit to the Batcave here.
Oh.
Folks, you can imagine how that one feels.
But you can't imagine how it smells.
Is your winner,
What's he got in there?
A late lunch. You know, he can't go more than 3 or 4 minutes without food.
Oh, we got a little, there's some low-fat pudding.
Looks like custard.
Oh, he's not even using it. Oh, gosh.
Oh, they're coming.
Now,
Man on a mission.
Get down off that chair, Jim Ross. You'll never get hurt.
They gonna fall up here.
Oh, boy, you're in the high danger zone there.
I'm waving my hands in the air because I just don't care. I gotta learn the lyrics of that song.
Well, if you weren't so busy eating all those hot dogs, you would be able to learn the lyrics. Look, you got the 3 of them down already.
No better way to start off a weekend than a couple of dogs. Looks like Big Mabel there's had a dog or two in his time.
Mabel didn't miss too many dogs, I guarantee you.
Mabel and Mo, men on a mission with their pal Oscar. This is a team rather unorthodox, to say the least, but certainly have a great deal of popularity here in the WWF. And it's Mo and Iron Mike Sharp starting it off.
They're very volatile, Iron Mike Sharp.
He'll be bellowing like a bull before it's all over with. See what I mean?
Doesn't take him long to get wound up, does it?
If he got laryngitis, they'd have to commit the guy. He's like James E. Cornette. If he couldn't talk, might as well just put him away.
Whoa, that'll take him down.
Cross body, but Mo was reaching back for the leg. Couldn't quite find it. And they want to see, yep, look at this big guy.
All of a sudden, all the confidence has gone out of Mike Sharp. Watch it.
Double drop kick. Wow, shades of the Rock and Roll Express there. Of course, they're going to take on the Heavenly Bodies at the Survivor Series for the Smoky Mountain Tag Team Championship.
What a coveted crown that is.
That could be a first for the World Wrestling Federation, but the tag team title that the men on a mission have on their mind is the one held by the Quebecers.
But not for long.
Well, if Pierre doesn't heal up, well, they're going to find themselves in a distinct disadvantage. Wow.
Even if Pierre were well, they're in trouble, Jim Ross.
I think there's 3 or 4 teams that can really give the Quebecers a run for their money in those tag title matches. I think the men on a mission is certainly one of them. Steiner brothers got to be considered leading contenders. But what
Smoking guns?
Yeah, and what about the head shrink?
Oh, absolutely.
Tag made. Steve Greenman.
You know, there's an old saying, you can beat me, but you can't eat me. Well, that doesn't apply when you're in there with the head shrinkers.
Hard clothesline by Mo. And they make another tag. Mo does some of the offense, but he leaves the heavy hitting to the big guy. That's pretty good strategy.
Certainly is. Puts his weight. Oh!
Missed the elbow. Really, your top weight was what, about 440?
440.
So this guy's, what do you think? He's close to 500 pounds.
Oh, he's over 500. No question about it. You got to go down to the freight yard, hang on the meat scale, check him out. Oh, good thing the youngster got out of the way of that one.
He would have been engulfed. And he may be engulfed before it's all over. Oh! Down he goes.
Be interesting to see at some point in time. We're not going to see it in this match because they don't have that kind of opposition, but what kind of endurance?
Their cardiovascular conditioning could be in question, but
could leave a little to be desired.
Well, we may never know. They beat people in a hurry.
Oh, here we go, Oscar. Come on around here. Jim Ross wants to get these words down.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, boy. Men on a mission looking fly. Mabel, Mo, and the other guy is Oscar. Word. Now, men on a mission will...
Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen, Razor Ramon, the reigning Intercontinental Champion here in the WWF. And while we have a moment, let me remind you to join us this Sunday afternoon at 5 o'clock here on Sky One for a very special edition of All-American Wrestling, the Survivor Series Showdown. Bret the Hitman Hart challenging Yokozuna for the WWF title and much more this Sunday afternoon at 5 o'clock on Sky One. As we prepare for the WWF Survivor Series, of course, that can be seen, the Survivor Series itself on Sky 1 on Thursday. So Sky Sports is your place for the WWF Survivor Series this coming Thursday at 6:15. Joe Morello, the referee. This is a rematch for the Intercontinental Championship.
Well, Martel did his homework.
Martel's not going to make many mistakes or have very much wasted motion. He is a great veteran. And this one is, again, ladies and gentlemen, for the Intercontinental Championship. And right now, it's all Rick Martel. And if Razor finds himself too far in the defensive gorilla, we're going to have a new champion right here.
Well, it could happen. It could happen easily. Martel is a contender, no question about it. Just check his record out. What success he's enjoyed here in the WWF.
Oh, Martel.
Look out.
Got that chair. Now, get disqualified right there.
Can't win the title that way.
And he knows better than that. Hey, wait. He got the chair. The referee was getting back in the ring and didn't see it, and Martel used the chair. What a veteran maneuver. I don't like it. It's unethical, but it's going to be very effective, I think.
Is he smart? Is he clever?
He manipulated the official, in essence, as the referee was getting back in the ring. He didn't see it, and now look at the focus of this match. Has become the left leg of Razor Ramon.
Going to work on the lateral collateral ligaments in that left leg. Find a spot on the big guy, take him down, and take away all that power. And let's face it, Jim Ross, Razor is a marked man. Once you become the Intercontinental Champion, you're a marked man. Oh, nice maneuver, just missed.
Martel just barely missed the elbow. Look at Razor. He pulls himself back up, but he is noticeably limping and suffering. And look at Martel. Martel knows exactly what to do here.
Well, when you come from the streets and you come from the gutter, you know what it's like to limp and to hurt. This guy's got a lot of fight left in him.
Oh, he is a very tenacious, a very proud man, is Razor Ramon. And this is great strategy by Martel. A single leg, and as Gorilla Monsoon pointed out so adeptly earlier, it destroys all the balance, all the leverage when you do that. And this is going to really damage that leg.
Well, he actually pulled the leg out a little bit too far. Nailed him right on the quadriceps with that, but that's not going to hurt that knee very much, and that's what he was working on. Sort of missed the mark there, Rick.
Again, Martel focusing on the leg of Razor Ramon. It has been all the model Rick Martel in this return match for the Intercontinental Championship. We are happy you are with us here on Mania. And wait a minute. Here comes that little jerk, Harvey Whippleman.
Oh, please. Get that little runt out of here.
Out goes Martel.
That's the second Jim
broadcast here this weekend, and as we said, we have a big surprise for you. I'm here on the set of Face to Face, and of course we're getting ready for Radio WWF this Saturday night in the United States. But we've got a special guest, a guy that wanted to talk to you. Let's go face to face now. There you see him, Bastion Booger is here with us, and Mr. Booger, I understand that you have a problem. Mr. Booger, are you all right?
I got a little chicken bone hung up there, Ross. It went down now. It's all right.
Okay, well, take care of yourself there. I understand that you have a problem with my colleague, Todd Pettingale. What's the problem?
Listen to me, Pettingale, you little yuppie. I'm sick of you going on Mania week after week and wanting to knock me, make fun of my size, say I'm grotesque, say I'm stink. How do you know, Pettingale? What do you know about me? You've been hiding behind some radio mic all your career, and all of a sudden you want to come out on weekends and start talking about me? You don't know nothing about me, you little yuppie. Why don't you get educated before you start talking about me?
All right, Bastion, I think you made your point. You know, Todd's a great guy, I'm sure. I'll tell you what, if you got to know him, you'd really like the guy. I'll give you his phone number when we get off here, and maybe you could give him a call, and you guys could perhaps get together and go to lunch. He may even buy lunch for you. That mightn't be a bad deal.
I'll tell you what, I don't pass up too many free lunches, Jim Ross, but I wouldn't be seen in a restaurant, a diner, a cafeteria, a truck stop, anywhere in the world with that little yuppie. I'll buy my own meal. I don't have time for you, Toddy, so you polish up your little BMW or whatever you want to do with it, and you sit there by yourself. And Jim Ross, you don't be trying to stick me and him together.
All right, there you hear it, ladies and gentlemen, from Bastion Booger. And Todd,
I'm sorry. I tried to solve a problem. I don't know what you said about Bastion Booger, but you've got a big problem about 400 pounds worth on your hands.
You see,
who would face Pierre the Quebecer, and you chose an American original. You chose Lex Luger. Luger determined to even the score with the fun. Tradition being held this Wednesday night. This is WWF Superstar. Welcome, everyone, to World Wrestling Federation action. I'm Vince McMahon. And this week, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be joined by a brand new co-host who I believe at this juncture is just parking his horse. More on that later on. But right now, let's bring you up to date on news here in the WWF. Yes, Pierre the Quebecer is history. However, the Foreign Fanatics, undaunted, will announce a new team member this week right here on this program. In addition to that, if you were listening to Radio WWF last Saturday, you heard the news. Jerry Lawler placed on hiatus pending legal action. You also heard the news. Jack Tunney reinstates Shawn Michaels. Michaels will join forces with the Knights at the Survivor Series. And my co-host, no, he's not quite ready to join us, but nonetheless, this week joining us will be the Rocket, Owen Hart. From there, ladies and gentlemen, Bam Bam Bigelow, front and center. And then tag team action with Billy and Bart, the Smoking Guns, as well as one-on-one. One of the great potential matchups. We'll see Irwin R. Shyster meeting the Hitman, Bret Hart. Yes, indeed, it's the excellence of execution against Irwin R. Shyster, and joining us now, he's supposed to be here somewhere.
Oh, Rio is here, baby, in public, if you will.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Rio Rogers, who claims to be a direct descendant of
Roy Rogers, baby, the legendary Roy Rogers. You know, with Trigger, Dale roast beef sandwiches.
Roast beef and Trigger. Yeah. Sure, Roy Rogers. I'm not going to buy that, Rio. I don't believe so. No.
Well, how about my fourth uncle, 3 times removed Will, Uncle Will Rogers? You know.
You're related to Will Rogers?
Yeah, baby, never met a man he didn't like. He don't know you, though, kid.
No, I'm not going to buy that one either.
How about, oh, wait a minute. How about Cousin Fred Rogers?
Fred Rogers from Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
Yeah, baby, from the neighborhood.
Yeah. I might go along with that, but I think maybe Ginger Rogers is more appropriate.
Oh, I don't know. Did he ever ride a horse?
No, I don't believe Ginger Rogers ever rode a horse, and I'm
Rio,
not too sure, Rio, you've ever ridden a horse.
Yeah,
Let's take you now, ladies and gentlemen, to action in the squared circle.
Let's go.
You're looking here at the real deal. We're not talking about some ascot-wearing, baseball cap-toting cowboy. Take a look at this.
No, what you're looking at around here is nothing but a couple of bogus cowboys. They bogus just like them guns is bogus. If you will.
I see.
Bill
Apollo and Mike Bell to lock up with the Smoking Guns.
You see, I could tell what real cowboys all about. You see, I got my pretty little hat here, my nice little friend's jacket. These boys ain't never punched a doggy in their life.
Never punched a doggy?
I've punched lots of doggies in my life.
Oh, please give me a break. You've never been on a horse, I don't believe. What we're talking about here is 2 young men who went to Sam Houston State on a rodeo scholarship.
Me and Sam was tight. They ain't never been there in their life. As a matter of fact, I know all about Sam Houston State University. They got nothing but a bunch of bogus instructors and professors there anyhow.
Right hand missing off the rope. Apollo, nice tackle. Coming off over him now. Apollo with a nice leapfrog coming back out. Arm drag takedown. Nice exchange and a hip toss. And a nice drop kick follow through. And Apollo gets up and right back down. He's had enough, backing off a bit.
Yeah, but you see here, the Cowboys now, what they're trying to do, they're trying to slow everything down. They ain't on the range right now, and Mike Bell's gonna come in, and he's gonna show them what it's all about.
Is he now?
Yes, he is.
Mike Bell in there against Billy Gunn. Billy doing very nicely for himself into the arm bar. When was the last time you did any roping?
Just the other night.
You were doing some roping?
Yes, I was.
I see. Back body drop, and oh my, what a maneuver that was! I don't believe we've ever seen anything quite like that one before. Billy and Bart, the Smoking Guns, and Mike Bell wound up by Bart now. Tag made again. Bell coming off the rope. Uh-oh. Oh my, look out! That would take any doggy down there, Rio.
Well, I believe they might have rung Mike Bell's bell that time.
Bell back up, but maybe not for long. Big slam, and Billy coming off the rope with momentum and drops the elbow.
Speaking of ringing bells, Vinnie Mac, you know, Lex Luger may have rung Pierre's bell last Monday night, but I promise you, I know something you don't know. I know who the partner of the Fall Fanatics is going to be, baby.
Oh, you do, huh?
Yes, I do.
It wouldn't be Rio Rogers, would it?
No, it ain't, but he's going to know how to ring some bells. I promise you that.
Well, we look forward later on to finding out just who the new foreign fanatic is going to be as Bell goes to the corner. And Bart now brings him out the hard way.
These boys ain't never rode no bull in their life. See, I got my bull rider's glove on, baby, in case ever comes a time to ride somebody.
I see. That's a bull riding glove you have on?
Yes, it is, baby.
I see.
You only need one.
Well, there's no question you know how to sling the bull, Rio. I'm not too sure you know how to ride one. Bell now, down to the canvas. And Billy Gunn in complete control. Trying to set up Bell. Tag has made the park. Bell coming off the rope. Over the back. Into the clutches and down to the canvas. The cover, the count, and this one's history. Billy and Bart victorious, and maybe going on back to Sam Houston State for a little postgraduate work, Rio.
That's where they belong.
I see. All right, let's take you now, ladies and gentlemen, to the update. In the ring awaiting the presence of this awesome creature. Take a look, if you would, at the beast from the east, along with his main squeeze, Luna Vachon. What's your take on Luna, Rio?
Ooh, take a look at Luna, baby. She is hot. And speaking of hot, baby, what about the Fall Fanatics and Crush, if you will? They stronger than ever, Vinnie Mac.
I am unfortunately inclined to agree with you. Lex Luger eliminating Pierre the Quebecer last Monday night on Raw. That was a melee, though. Raw was something else.
That was a cheap shot if you asking Rio, baby.
Yeah, well, I wasn't asking Rio.
If I was a single man, Luna, baby.
Oh, never mind, please. You find Luna Vachon attractive, do you?
Very.
I see. Bam Bam Bigelow all over Scott Taylor. Bam Bam Bigelow. My goodness, over the top goes Scott Taylor. Look at this, Taylor with a drop kick to the outside. Anything can happen in the WWF. Taylor drop kicking Bam Bam, and the referee now picking up the count. Bam Bam surprised by the skills of Scott Taylor. You can't turn your back on anybody around here.
Oh, no, you cannot. Whoa.
And Taylor picking himself up off the canvas there. Off the rope and missing with a roundhouse right back in. Looking nice maneuver by Scott Taylor. Taylor coming off the rope again and oh, look at this. Bam Bam in midair. Catching Taylor, slamming him down to the canvas. Bam Bam. Head shrinkers, Bastion Booger. An awesome sight this Wednesday, squaring off against the Doinks. And look at this from the top rope. Go! Taylor timing that one perfectly. Taylor down with a small package as he won. Two and almost an upset.
You're not going to be able to put Bam Bam Bigelow down that easy, and I hope the Doinks is watching.
Well, they're watching, no doubt of that. Everyone's watching off the rope. Drop kick. Bammer with a quick cover now. Hooks the leg, has the leverage in. Gets the 3 count. Bam Bam Bigelow.
Renzi against Booger Bam Bam and the Troops.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Face to Face. A lot to...
As much as we're enjoying bringing it to you, and look who's headed to town. The Rocket, the brother of the Hitman Bret Hart. And all the brothers will be getting together this Thursday night on Sky Sports, the presentation of the Survivor Series.
Mac, you see it? You see it right there? No, wait. Listen, direction. Go back in the ring. Go not them.
Wait a minute, you're the director?
Well, they need to listen to me a little bit more. I want to show you something here. Do you see it?
Do I see what?
The shadow, baby.
I'm sorry,
Go back in the ring, Mr. Director. Back in the ring. There you go. The shadow, right there, in the blue tights.
The shadow?
Yes, Owen Hart.
Owen Hart is the shadow?
Yes, baby. Been living in Bret Hart's shadow all his life.
Oh, please, that's not a very nice thing to say. Look at that drop kick, and to the outside, Iron Mike Sharp. I don't believe Owen lives in anyone's shadow. Owen Hart, the Rocket, and look out, here he comes. Nice maneuver. The whole Hart family getting together against Shawn Michaels and the Knights. Not the Survivor Series. No love lost between Shawn Michaels and the Hart family.
You want to know who the Knights are, Vinnie Mac?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we would very much like to know who the Knights are.
Rio knows who the Knights are.
Rio knows, huh?
Yes, it does.
I see. To the buckle and Iron Mike, a little slow on the mark. Look at this for number 1, 2, and almost a count of 3. Owen Hart with the momentum. Off the rope. Oh, yes, right on the cranium.
You know, but it's kind of hard to see on because you see Bret Hart is coming up later on this week against IRS, and his shadow is just coming down so hard on little Owen Hart.
Well, again, I would beg to differ with that point of view. Yes, in fact, later on this week, ladies and gentlemen, right here on Sky One, you're going to see the matchup. The Hitman Bret Hart squaring off against Irwin R. Shyster. And then, this Sunday night, you're going to see the Hitman perhaps become WWF champion as a match preceding the Survivor Series against Yokozuna. Look at that drop kick from the top rope. The cover, 1, 2, and yes, sirree. Owen Hart and the Hart family meeting Shawn Michaels in the night. Shawn Michaels taking the place of Jerry Lawler, who's on hiatus pending legal action at the Survivor Series. Right now, let's take you to Double J. Starting things off for Well Done is going to be Timothy Well against Dennis Diamond, and Diamond going to work on the elbow and the shoulder area. Very quickly to the rope there. Elbow finds its mark on Diamond. And the tag is made. Here comes Stephen Dunn. Arm drag takedown by Diamond. And reaching back for the tag now, cut back in, Timothy Well. Oh, my goodness, did you see that?
Oh, Timothy nearly took his head off right there.
Brutal. And right back into clutches and the slam, and right back into the ring now, Stephen Dunn. Quick tags by Well Done, back and forth.
You might say that they is well done. Yes, a tag team back and forth, if you will.
Just who is the superstar of the year in the WWF? You fans are going to have an opportunity to express your views. Look at that maneuver. And vote, and indeed, you will elect, ladies and gentlemen, just who deserves to be called the WWF Superstar of the Year. They have 3 count here, placed on the competition. P.J. Walker bites the dust. Another victory for Well Done. The Hitman Bret Hart headed to the ring. What an ovation! Hitman Bret Hart squaring off against Irwin R. Shyster. And what a matchup this is, preceding the matchup with Yokozuna this Sunday night. What an ambitious effort on the part of the Hitman Bret Hart.
What a foolish effort on the part of the Hitman Bret Hart to go get the man the collar.
Wait a minute, from behind, look at this. Clothesline from behind Irwin R. Shyster. Attacking Hitman Bret Hart. Rips the glasses off his face. Oh, look at this. Irwin making fun of the Hitman Bret Hart. Trying to humiliate the Hitman, which is exactly what Shawn Michaels and the Knights are going to attempt to do at the Survivor Series. Irwin with a charging going over the top rope. Hitman Bret Hart quickly to the outside. The veteran now ramming Irwin R. Shyster into the ring apron. To the outside, the referee picking up the count. Right back in is Irwin. Irwin begging off of it. And the Hitman Bret Hart right back there with him. Headbutt. What happened when the Hitman Bret Hart teams up with the whole family? Snapmare goes Irwin R. Shyster. And look at this, Bret Hart is really on the tear.
Well, Vinnie Mac, speaking of a family feud, this Sunday night, Rio's Roundup is going to debut, and I'm going to have as my guest. I'm going to the home.
Wait a minute. Are you saying this Sunday night, we know that the Hitman Bret Hart squares off against Yokozuna for the title, a match preceding the Survivor Series? What is Rio's Roundup?
Rio's Roundup is where Rio Rogers is going to go to the home of Stu and Helen Hart and talk with them.
Oh, really? Looking forward to that. The Hitman Bret Hart over IRS now, right back at him. Nice maneuver on the part of Irwin R. Shyster. Quickly, no, nice. Look at that. Escape and driving a knee to the back. They call him the excellence of execution, ladies and gentlemen, the Hitman Bret Hart.
And I call him a fool.
And Irwin R. Shyster, unquestionably one of the more gifted athletes in all of the WWF. A man who possesses probably as much scientific knowledge as the Hitman Bret Hart does.
I believe it possesses more, and it was awful presumptuous of you to talk about the Hitman getting to Yokozuna. What makes you think the Hitman is going to get through IRS?
I'm not so sure he is. Irwin R. Shyster himself teaming up with the model Rick Martel. Diesel and Adam Bomb squaring off against the foursome of Razor Ramon, Mr. Perfect, Marty Jannetty, and the 1-2-3 Kid in the tag team elimination match. It's known as the Survivor Series, and there's nothing quite like it anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. As we said before, don't fall for cheap imitations, and Bret Hart is not about to fall. For that particular maneuver there by Irwin R. Shyster, all Bret has to do is let go of his hold. Lifting the shoulder up is the Hitman Bret Hart. And the foot on the rope, I believe we detected that, yes. Irwin R. Shyster trying to gain a bit of leverage. He doesn't care how he wins as long as he wins. What a matchup this is preceding the matchup this Sunday night. The title up for grabs. The Hitman finally, deservedly, getting yet another opportunity at Yokozuna. And don't be surprised if the Hitman walks into the Survivor Series with the WWF title around his waist.
Real Roger would not only be surprised if that happened, he'd be shocked.
I see. Rio's Roundup, huh? Are you honestly going to Mr. and Mrs. Hart's house?
Yes, I have been invited into their home. Maybe have some cookies and tea and talk with them a little bit on the family feud.
I can't imagine. I just can't imagine that the Hart family would invite you into their home.
Well, you know, living up there in Calgary and all the stampede, and I'm gonna teach old Stu how to punch a few doggies and all, and just kind of hang around the ranch.
I see. Well, what about the Knights, Rio? Why don't you let us in onto as to who the Knights are? They're going to join Shawn Michaels.
Vinnie Mac, you know I know who the Knight is.
No, I have no idea.
Well, I do know who the Knight is. I was just on the phone with Shawn Michaels.
Well, wait a minute. Whoa, take a look at this. Mr. Fuji's on his way to the squared circle. He has no business out there. His fingers later on this Sunday night when the Hitman squares off against Yokozuna. Come on, ref, turn him back around. Slugfest ensuing here. Let's get this match back under control. Over to 1, 2, and almost a count of 3.
I think Mr. Fuji just had to say hello.
Yeah, he's got the attention of the official. We'll be back as the match resumes. Stay with us. And thus far, two extraordinary athletes, Irwin R. Shyster and the Hitman Bret Hart.
And Vinnie Mac, I'm not so sure that Mr. Fuji wants our ass to beat Bret Hart as much as he wants him to punish him.
Almost another. Recount there, almost. And Irwin R. Shyster doing very nicely now against the Hitman Bret Hart, trying to wear him down. And your point,
is well-made Rio Rogers, because if in fact the hitman Bret Hart is in any way injured as a result of this matchup, obviously that would thwart his attempts to be the WWF champion once again. And you see from our vantage point, Irwin R. Shyster reaching for the rope. Come on, ref, get back around.
Irwin is just steadying himself a little bit on the rope there.
Yeah, steadying himself, all right. And you begin to wonder whether or not Irwin R. Shyster is in cahoots with Mr. Fuji. There, the official caught it. The hold broken. Nonetheless, the damage was done. Looks like Irwin's having a good time in there. Irwin R. Shyster and the hitman Bret Hart working on the lower abdominal area.
IRS, very good. I punish him for not paying taxes.
My goodness, Mr. Fuji's commentary. Irwin R. Shyster setting up the hitman Bret Hart, drops the leg right across the chest.
It's all over.
Close to the throat, the cover in. No, another kick out. The Survivor Series this Wednesday night, ladies and gentlemen. The pay-per-view spectacular. You can expect the unexpected. You can expect anything to happen in the WWF. One thing you can count on is that you will be entertained. The Thanksgiving Eve World Wrestling Federation pay-per-view spectacular. Wait a minute, I'm gonna hit that 1, 2, yes, no. Irwin R. Shyster planting the heels of his feet right into the head, the cranium area of the hitman Bret Hart. For a moment, I thought for sure Bret pulled that victory out.
Well, that was close. But take a look right now, Vinnie Mac, because Irwin R. Shyster, he has Bret Hart there, where Bret Hart has to listen to what Mr. Fuji has to say. It's the intimidation factor.
I see. Mr. Fuji leading the foreign fanatics into action this Wednesday. Yokozuna, notwithstanding his individual competition this Sunday night against the hitman Bret Hart, Yokozuna, along with Ludwig Borga, along with Crush and Jacques the Quebecer, against all of the All-Americans. What a matchup that's going to be. Bret Hart puts on the brakes and Irwin goes to the buckle. The hitman with the right hand. Bret Hart now with a standing side headlock. Whip to the ropes coming. Oh, you saw that.
He was getting a piece of gum off the floor.
The official didn't see him. A knee to the back. The official did not see Mr. Fuji hook the ankle of Bret Hart. And now, the momentum again swinging back into the favor of Irwin R. Shyster. And Bret Hart has taken a tremendous beating at the hands thus far of Irwin R. Shyster. Look at that maneuver to the outside. Yes! One right hand, Mr. Fuji collapses. Bret Hart with a justifiable right hand. Ooh. And look at that clever maneuver on the part of Bret Hart. And if you have to fight fire with fire, that's what the hitman's going to do.
Let's go.
Wait a minute. Here comes Yokozuna. Here comes Jim Cornette. Taping a 3-count Irwin R. Shyster. And here we go with a small package. He won't get out of that. But he does. And Yokozuna checking Mr. Fuji out. He took a right hand, a well-deserved right hand, I might add, a little bit earlier on. And down across the knee. And the hitman Bret Hart is now the man with the momentum, despite the presence of Mr. Fuji. Yokozuna and Jim Cornette. Yes! Off the rope. That'll do it. Yes, indeed.
No.
Oh, my. So close. So very, very close. Fuji back up on his feet, along with the WWF champion, Yokozuna, who will be defending. Mr. Fuji, not quite as cagey as he thought he was going to be. Trimming it flagpole in the small of the back of Bret Hart.
Bret Hart never should have touched Mr. Fuji.
I beg your pardon?
He never should have touched Mr. Fuji.
He did not touch Mr. Fuji, unfortunately. Now the feet of his brother, Owen Hart, jamming Irwin R. Shyster to the buckle repeatedly. The match officially over. Owen Hart coming in to make sure Irwin R. Shyster didn't do any more damage to Bret Hart. Drop kick, down he goes. Embarrassed, and look at this. Bret Hart wants to cut. They want to go at it right now. They don't want to wait till the Survivor Series. They don't want to wait till this Sunday night.
Wait, Yoko, wait, baby.
Here is your winner as the result of a disqualification, Bret.
You got it. There you have it. Wait a minute. Bret and Yokozuna. A whole team of officials keeping Bret Hart away from Yokozuna. And it
Series with the momentum going into the matchup with Yokozuna this Sunday night. And the title, I predict, will change hands, and the Hitman will lead his family into the Survivor Series as the WWF Champion. No way.
Welcome back to Join us this Sunday night, ladies and gentlemen. The Hitman Bret Hart squares off against Yokozuna for the World Wrestling Federation Championship.
Ooh, but then most important, it's going to be Rio's Roundup with my special guest, Stu and Helen Hart.
I'm looking forward to the first ever Rio's Roundup this Sunday night. And ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to join us on Sky Sports this Thursday night. The Survivor Series coming at you at 6:15. So long, everybody.
Oh, no, say adios, if you will.
This is WWF Wrestling Challenge. Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jim Ross, along with the Weasel. Bobby the Brain Heenan. I can't help it. Ladies and gentlemen, what a week it has been here in the World Wrestling Federation. The elimination process for the All-American Ford Fanatic matchup at the Survivor Series continues this past Monday night on Raw. Lex Luger injured Pierre of the Quebecers. Pierre of the Quebecers will be unable to compete at the Survivor Series.
But I know who the Ford Fanatics have selected as their fourth man.
Well, tell us.
I'll be glad to. This is the man they had to have. This is the man that strikes fear into the heart of all his opponents. This is a man that is beyond any comprehension that they could have secured his services for this kind of a match. This man is...
Will you tell us who it is?
Don't yell at me. He is none other than... Yeah, I am not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you or anybody else.
We're gonna find out later in the hour anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get started. Oh, you beat all. Ladies and gentlemen, what a challenge we'll have to see. This is going to be one for the ages. You upset me so much. Ladies and gentlemen, in the hour, the Intercontinental Champion, Razor Ramon.
And the man who is still undefeated, Mr. Ludwig Borga.
Tag team action will see men on a mission.
And Johnny Polo has his big man here, the Bomber, Adam Bomb.
Plus our feature confrontation, Marty Jannetty. He'll meet Diesel.
And a good-looking crew of guys, the Head Shrinkers.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as the Razor makes his way to the ring, we want to remind all of our great fans in the UK to join us this Thursday night for the Survivor Series on Sky Sports. What an event. Razor Ramon indeed will be in the Boston Garden for the Survivor Series. Intercontinental Champion.
You know something, Ross? He's in a very bad spot. Because the opponents shot at the Intercontinental title. Martel, Diesel, IRS, and Adam Bomb. They'd all love to have a shot at that title. So would Marty Jannetty, who held it once. So did the 1-2-3 Kid, who has a victory over Razor Ramon, like it or not. Mr. Perfect, two-time Intercontinental Champion. They all want a shot at Razor Ramon. Razor Ramon may be in more trouble than anybody on the card that night.
Well, if we want to believe what you're saying, then he perhaps is in a very precarious, a potentially dangerous situation.
Not that I'm trying to start any trouble, but if Perfect or Jannetty or the Kid are listening, hey, this guy's not giving you a break, pal. He's the WWF Intercontinental Champion, and he's the captain of the team. He's rubbing it in. Any chance you guys get, do a number on him.
Well, speaking of Jannetty and Diesel, again, they will meet 101 later in the hour. Barry Horowitz challenging Razor Ramon here in our first event.
Jannetty may not make it to Survivor Series after meeting Diesel.
Well, it could work the other way. Diesel may not make it either.
That's right.
Never know. We'll find out later in the broadcast. And Barry Horowitz, who is a very talented competitor, has a lot of skills, but he cannot match up strength-wise or leverage-wise, in my opinion, against Razor Ramon. He's got to use science and technique.
Or his thumb.
I mean his thumb.
Stick it right in his eye.
Oh, Brain, don't advocate
that's such poor sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship? Sportsmanship is when you go to the bank and the Tootsie at the drive-in window gives you a receipt and says thank you.
Elbow to the head by... Oh, my! Horowitz elbowed Razor, and Razor just slapped the taste right out of Barry's mouth. Wrist lock applied by the Razor. Ironman carried the takeover, held on to the wrist, and applies the pressure. And still to come, we will be going to our special report, and indeed it is a special report because we will find out exactly who will replace Pierre in the Ford Fanatics lineup at the Survivor Series. Bobby knows, but he's not talking.
No. You don't. You want to call me Weasel? Call me Weasel. But you're not going to know any information I know. You want something out of me? Be nice to me. Shower me with gifts.
Don't hold your breath. Nice move there by Razor, who set a little early, and Horowitz able to capitalize on that slight miscue by the Intercontinental Champion.
You know, this Horowitz is a real competitor. He watches tapes of matches. He knows what the style of people. He watches matches live. I mean, he does his homework.
Very intelligent athlete, but he's caught there by the bad guy, Razor Ramon. And Ramon all-the-way slam on Horowitz. A lot of people looking for a shot at the Intercontinental Championship. That would include, of course, a man like IRS, perhaps even Crush somewhere down the line. Will get an opportunity for Russell the bad guy. It doesn't look good here for Barry.
No, it doesn't. Oh!
Barry Horowitz is dropped on his head by Razor Ramon. Lateral press, leg neutralized, and the bad guy wins it.
Another victory for Desi Arnaz.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now go. Thank you, Fred Mertz. Let's go to our special report. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a blockbuster announcement. It will be Crush joining the Foreign Fanatics, and that really changes the complexion of things.
I would have been glad to tell you if you'd have kept your mouth shut.
I don't know why you didn't tell us all along. You should be happy. I'm assuming that you're very pleased with that announcement.
I am extremely pleased because they went out and they got this huge man that now hates inside. And I'll tell you something, I can't wait to see him in there.
Oh, look out! Look out there! Chaz Ware being attacked right as the bell sounds here. And what a body shot right to the abdomen by Ludwig Borga. Man, Borga, Crush, and of course, Jacques of the Quebecers. And now, and of course, they're the leader of that group, the WWF champion, Yokozuna. That is really a dangerous, just a volatile quartet.
You know,
Look at this strength here.
It might be a better team.
Look at this. He is holding Chaz Ware. Chaz Ware's blood rushing to his head. He's got to be so dizzy now and in so much pain. And that's exactly the way Ludwig Borga likes it. And you've got to know, ladies and gentlemen, if given the opportunity at Survivor Series, that the Ford Fanatics would love to get the man or two or three advantage on the All-Americans. Somebody from the All-American team is in for a career-threatening, perhaps a career-ending situation. Missed the elbow. Chaz Ware able to get out of the way. But the crowd can't help you there, young man. You're in there all alone. Oh, it's like clotheslining a tree, Brain.
Go get yourself a paper route, punk.
Well, I tell you, we know that these Survivor Series matches continue until one team, all four men, have been eliminated through submission or pinfall or disqualification or countout. They lose, they return to the locker room, leaving their partners, oh, it just kills me to see that, to fend for themselves. Oh, caught him coming in.
Oh, could you hear that one?
You could hear the flesh smacking there.
Helsinki.
This man, as we have documented on Radio WWF in the United States, a former member of the Finnish Special Forces, the only recruit, 17 men per year. He was in it for 4 years. He can hurt you in a lot of ways, and this backbreaker is another submission maneuver by this Hellraiser from Helsinki.
Man is a monster.
Here is your winner,
Ludwig Borga.
Ludwig Borga with a very vicious victory here as we go face to face. Oh, yeah, come on, Bray. Come on. There it is. Come on.
Everybody get out! Get up! Get up! Get up! Throw your hands to the air! And wave them like you just don't care!
These are great guys, Bray. This music makes me feel good.
I don't like rap music. I'm an adult.
Well, you don't act like one sometimes. Ladies and gentlemen, in addition to the Bret Hart-Yokozuna WWF Championship matchup this Sunday night. And, of course, as we all know, Bret has waited since WrestleMania 9 for that rematch with Yokozuna on national television. And speaking of big weights, the wait is almost over for the Survivor Series. As we know, Bret and his brothers will meet the Knights, led by Shawn Michaels. As many of you know, Jerry Lawler is on hiatus now from the WWF due to some legal problems. And Shawn Michaels said recently on Radio WWF that Lawler's loss is his gain. He's looking forward to meeting the Hart family at the Survivor Series with the Knights. How much you think Mabel weighs? 500? 4.5?
I don't know. I know it's over 5, I bet.
He is a huge man. Their opponents this week, the Executioners.
You know Dennis Rodman, the basketball player, used to be at the Pistons?
Yep.
He's got a hairdo now exactly like Mabel's. That's becoming a big fad now, I guess.
Robin, of course, now there you see that haircut. Good shot there, very timely. Our cameramen do such a great job, and our directors. You know, Robin's playing for the San Antonio Spurs right now, by the way. And both Executioners making a run. Oh, it poked you in the eye. They couldn't get Big Mabel off his feet.
Mabel doesn't even know he's there.
Look how big he is. He is the franchise of this duo. No disrespect meant to Mo, because he is a tough competitor, but you don't find many people this big that can move like this big guy. Powerful slam by Mo. Mo looks like he's about 300 pounds, close to it, huh, Bray?
He sure is. Whoa!
Well, the Executioners go right over the top rope.
Double your pleasure, double your fun.
We're going to take another look at...
what's that on his head? The back.
It was something inscribed there as...
M-O-M.
Men on a mission. That's his haircut.
Oh, I thought his mom gave him a haircut.
Well, you got to get with it. You got to get out more. I don't know.
Yeah, I got to get out more. I got to get out and listen to more rap music and draw my name and draw animals in my hair.
Tag made as Mo comes in. Mabel goes out. Double J is back with us this week. We'll be...
Hey, Double J from Double B-O, Double B-B-Y. Double R, double SSL, or SOS, whatever you are.
Hooked on phonics on the Christmas list for the brain. And look at the choking going on the right side of your screen as the Executioners really choking old Mo here. They better not choke no Mo, Brain.
I'll tell you, men on a mission, they're getting a lot better.
Uh-oh.
I mean,
got him right here. Got him. He's got... No, oh, hey, look at the power. You were saying?
I'm saying their continuity's getting a lot better. Their tagging and everything. They could knock somebody off.
Oh, avoids a double clothesline. Comes back with a big clothesline of his own. They are, of course, an unorthodox team. They are certainly not traditional. But this big man, I'm really impressed with this guy.
I'll tell you about something about Mabel. If it wasn't the hairstyle and the haircut, I'd swear that was Oprah.
Oprah Winfrey?
No, Oprah Schwartz. Who's in Omaha, drives a bus.
I love her show.
Oprah Schwartz has a show?
No. Nice elevation there by Mabel. And,
whoopsie, there it is.
Whoops, there it goes. Or something. I don't know what it is. It ain't whoopsie.
It's whoopsie, isn't it?
No. Rake of the eyes by the Executioner. Mo back in the corner. Mabel overpowering his masked opponent here. Uh-oh. Look at this teamwork. Oh, this could shake the rafters. And slammed him. And there goes Mo up top. He's in the Executioner's corner.
You can count 15 guys down. They're not getting it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right, Bray.
That's right. The mission is in the house.
Come on, Bray.
Don't point at me, Mo.
Put your hands in the air. Well, we go from rap music to a guy that thinks he's a country music star.
You know what rap rhymes with, don't you?
What?
His opponent.
Are you sure that's not Vince Coleman?
By his manager, Harvey Whippleman.
No, it's not Vince Coleman.
3 Mile Island.
Boy, Harvey Whippleman has done a bang-up job in continuing the management of Adam Bomb. Polo did an outstanding job himself, no doubt about it, as that little guy looking on kind of in amazement at the size of Adam Bomb. But Harvey has really taken this guy, in essence, to another level.
Well, you see, with Johnny Polo, he's managing the World Wrestling Federation Tag Champions. That's a full-time job. And out of the kindness of his heart, he struck a deal with Harvey just to help the career of Adam Bomb. And Harvey has been busting his tail. He's been on the doorstep of Jack Tunney. He's making this man a lot of money. He's making himself a lot of money. This is championship material.
Adam Bomb from 3 Mile Island to take on Tony Webb. And you'll, of course, gaze into the eyes of this man.
To ground zero.
Look at his eyes.
Ground zero is apparently where Tony Webb is heading. If Adam Bomb has his way.
I bet he ticks.
He's about 6'6", close to 300 pounds. Very lean athlete as far as that body weight is concerned. Nice waist lock takedown by the big man. Front face lock applied. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, he will join forces with his captain, IRS, Big Diesel, who, as we mentioned, still to come in the hour, and the model Rick Martel. That is quite a combination for the Survivor Series. Irish whip, and Tony Webb able to get a foot up. Glancing blow there. Clothesline off the second turnbuckle. Has Adam Bomb in a little bit of trouble, but not for long. Not for long. Quite a power slam. And little Harvey, little rat down there, really enjoying it. Looks like he must have got that little polyester suit from the Sears Boys shop. Look at it.
If I was to tell Harvey that, he'd come up here and knock you out.
Oh, I'm sure he would in his dreams.
He's probably the toughest man, pound for pound, walking the face of this earth today.
Yeah, right next to Eddie Arcaro and some other 120-pounders. And there is Adam Bomb right off the top.
Harvey weighs that much?
He should have been a jockey. Boy, Adam Bomb is a find.
There is money there.
Yeah, he is a bona fide superstar and going to get nothing but better here in the WWF. And as he says, up you go, and down you will stay with the Adam Smasher. Very, very impressive. And you know he's going to want to impress the world at the Survivor Series.
Only a matter of time till this man is carrying some gold.
Ladies and gentlemen, our Survivor Series report is coming up.
Making his way to the ring, weighing in at 308 pounds. Here is Diesel.
And you can hear the engines revving up for the big 18-wheeler. The approximately 7-foot, well over 300-pound assassin, former bodyguard of Shawn Michaels.
And can he punch?
And Mr. Perfect knows exactly how hard Diesel can punch with that vaunted right hand. It would rival a Riddick Bowe, in my estimation. And here comes the former Intercontinental Champion, Marty Jannetty. As many of our fans remember, at one time a tag team partner with Shawn Michaels. They were called the Rockers. What a great combination they were at one time, but no longer they no longer have any relationship.
Well, Shawn Michaels was the whole team. Jannetty just kind of scooted on his shirt tails. You know, he was kind of hung out, trying to be like Shawn Michaels. Never could accomplish it.
Well, many of our fans in the USA know of our conversation with Marty Jannetty a few weeks ago on Radio WWF, and he told us some rather intriguing stories about their relationship. And as Diesel, now Diesel, this is a major mismatch in size. Jannetty's got to hit and run. He's got to use his experience and his technical expertise to get that big man off his feet. If he does it, and that right hand connects, it's going to be over for Marty Jannetty.
I think Jannetty's a lot faster than Diesel. I know he's not as powerful, and he's not as big. But if he can get him off his feet, like you say, just stand on his windpipe for about 15 minutes, that'll work.
High impact blow there by Diesel, going for the cover early. Diesel will be the first to tell you that he is not that technically sound, that he is not a scientific, a real well-polished technical wrestler. He is a street fighter. He is a brawler, and he is a powerhouse. Good move there. Jannetty hooked the leg. No, it didn't. He got toasted. And look at Diesel up very, very quickly. The knee lift right to the face of Marty Jannetty.
Ooh. He's being kind. He only hit him with the elbow.
Jannetty is dazed. He was in Never Never Land there momentarily. And Jannetty, what a great counter move there. Jannetty caught Diesel in the head scissors. Marty Jannetty has a big man rock. He drop kick right on the top rope. That's what he's got to do. Take some chances. Hit and run. Use his quickness. Great job there, Marty Jannetty.
He's got to wear him down if he wants to win this one. But you can't try high-risk moves with this man, Diesel, here.
Diesel has had some very unkind things to say. Wait a minute, Marty. Up and over. And cross body. Can't get the cover out there, but a good move there by Marty Jannetty.
This close to Survivor Series, I don't think I would try to move like that.
Diesel out there with Jannetty. Jannetty ribs first into the ring post. And Diesel just overpowered him there, Brain.
What is wrong with people today? Why would they take a match that can put you out when you got Survivor Series going? Why would Jannetty do something like this?
Well, Diesel is certainly excited about his first Survivor Series. He's really anxious to get Razor Ramon in the ring. A Diesel bona fide contender for Razor Ramon's Intercontinental Championship.
And he'll also get to take a couple good shots at perfect.
Look who's coming. Look who's coming, Brain.
Oh, no. The bad guy.
The bad guy. Drop kick by. And Jannetty just dropped out of sight there with that side slam.
You know, Survivor Series main event may be you and me. Everybody else will probably be in the hospital.
And it is getting volatile. And this is an intriguing situation. Oh, wow. Oh, that size 16 right to the face of Jannetty.
We're going to have it right here.
Diesel's inexperience had cost him here. He better keep his eye on Jannetty. Razor Ramon and Diesel with a little verbal jousting.
See, he forgets Ramon. He's the Intercontinental Champion. He's got a title to defend. The last thing he wants is to go out there and get hurt and stick his nose in somebody else's business. Wake up.
Marty Jannetty back to his feet. Jannetty far side. Jannetty, the clubbing blow there. And Diesel tied up in the ropes. He's on the outside here.
Ref, he can't help himself. Don't count him out.
He may be counted out right here.
He's got to help him. Somebody help him. Get down there.
Diesel tied up. He's on the outside.
Oh, that's the way Razor operates. He hits him tonight, and then he leaves. He's a backstabber.
Marty Jannetty is going to win this one via countout. Jannetty really took a pounding in the early going of the match, but Jannetty will get the official win. Marty Jannetty, a countout victory. A lot of controversy here, and Diesel is irate. He is going to be one bad hombre at the Survivor Series.
All right, welcome back, fans.
Fighter manager, Alpha.
Welcome back, everyone, as the head shrinkers make their way to the ring.
7 pounds, Samu and Fatu, the head shrinkers. And their opponents at a combined weight of 521 pounds.
You know, you've seen one doink, you've seen them all.
Really going to be unpredictable, to say the least. 4 doinks. I thought one was quite enough.
Me too.
And but be that as it may, 4 is really going to be unpredictable. But when you talk about unpredictable athletes,
oh yes,
Spot 2, that's Sam Moo, and man, this guy's taking his life in his own hands.
What is wrong with this imbecile?
Corey Student trying to, oh my gosh, did anybody get the number of that big Samoan truck there? And these guys are bad to the proverbial bone. And with one Bastien Bouguer and, of course, their leader, Bam Bam Bigelow, they're not going to win the contest for the best dressed or best looking, but they may win the contest at Survivor Series for being the most brutal.
You know who's going to win best dressed and best looking, don't you? That's the 2 people outside the ring, Alpha and Luna Vachon. You know, I asked Alpha the other day, I said, Alpha, can you answer me this question? I said, you got 4 doinks. What do you do? He says, brother, you bring 4 apples.
Well, that don't sound good for the doinks.
I said, what do you mean 4 apples? He said, we're going to have a luau, brother. And I wouldn't doubt it.
Double elevation there on Steve Greenman. Greenman knocked senseless by that martial arts kick. He hasn't been the same since, and that is not going to help matters.
Boy, do they maul you.
They do. They are a vicious, vicious team.
Now watch the height, watch the altitude, and the projection here.
That's over 300 pounds. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Who else? Oh! That is devastating. What a maneuver right off the top rope, and another kick right to the face.
You realize the good news?
What's that?
I'm just about done with you.
What do you mean by that? We've still got to tell the fans about the Survivor Series Showdown coming up this Sunday night on television.
Well, I know that, but I mean, I don't have to be with you much longer.
Well, that's not going to break my heart. I can tell you that right now.
Unless you'd like to take me to dinner.
I'll pass on that opportunity as well. But don't you pass on the opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to watch the Survivor Series. Oh, look at that.
Who could have that been?
I don't know. I don't even want to think about it. It'll be my first
All-American Wrestling. I'm Vince McMahon, joined by Bobby the Brain Heenan. Momentarily, we will take you ringside with Jim Ross and Gorilla Monsoon, who are standing by for the call for the World Wrestling Federation matchup. Yes, the title's on the line. Yokozuna to square off against the one and the only, the former champion, the Hitman Bret Hart. But before we take you to that action, let's bring you up to date now on the events leading up to the Survivor Series and talk about just who has survived or not survived leading up to the Survivor Series. For instance, Tatanka, the Native American, unfortunately meeting his first defeat at the hands of Ludwig Borga and participating in that matchup as well. Yokozuna and Borga knocking out of the Survivor Series one Tatanka.
And taking Tatanka's place is The Undertaker. Yep. Now, if that's not enough, listen to this. In a recent match, Lex Luger KOs, and I mean knocks out Pierre the Quebecer with that elbow that he's had rebuilt, the whole arm. He's got 50 pounds of metal in there.
It's not his fault. It was a motorcycle accident.
Yeah, okay. Then, taking his place now, Pierre's place, will be Crush. Now, if that's, I'm happy about that.
I'm sure you would be happy about Crush joining the Foreign Fanatics of the Survivor Series. And by the way, Shawn Michaels now has replaced Jerry the King Lawler. Shawn Michaels, along with his Knights, will square off against the Hitman Bret Hart and his family. Now, you will recall last year's Survivor Series, it was one-on-one. Shawn Michaels against the Hitman. Shawn Michaels has not forgotten, Bobby Heenan, the outcome of that matchup. He vows revenge. It will indeed be a family feud this Thursday night.
And I got a scoop for you and everybody else out there. Through my sources, I hear rumor that Mr. Perfect is going to step aside. And who he's going to let take his place will be Randy Macho Man Savage.
Really?
Because he knows that Crush will be in the building. See, Savage plans on disrupting Survivor Series. I mean, when he said it once that all hell's going to break loose, it's going to.
No question about that. We'll look forward, ladies and gentlemen, to the Survivor Series this Thursday night on Sky Sports. But right now, let's take you to action. Let's take you to the World Wrestling